Morgan Freeman as MCP pants. I want candy.
Hey, Jesus Christ. Hey now. I'm trying to say hey now as soon as I hit live, and then Wayne comes in there with Morgan Freeman as MCP pants. That was the first thing said in the broadcast.
I want candy, bubblegum and taffy. Skip to the sweet shop with my sweetheart Sandy. Got my penny saved, so I'm a sugar daddy. I'm a Hugh Cronin, she's my Jessica Tandy.
I want candy. Alrighty then.
I wish you could add to that, but it's kind of magic on its own.
Yeah, well, I mean, those are the only lyrics that everybody knows. Past that, you have to look it up. You know?
Come on down, here's the address. It's 612 Wolf Avenue, next to the Gentleman's Club.
Mix up the mess, mix up the mess. Come on down now. Here's the address. It's 612 Wolf Avenue, right next to Gentleman's Club. Melon Shakers. We're talking about Booberg. Booberg is next to Crotchtown, but Booberg's kind of weak.
Booberg, kind of weak, you know.
All right, I'm announcing that we're live. Let me go ahead and do my social media posts and everything, and then we'll get we'll get my lists ready. And
input your socials.
This is like hey Alice, this is like our Halloween show, and we do have some Halloween themed lists courtesy of the people who spam the List Critics channel with lists today, and they're like all horror movie themes. So that's pretty dope.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to critiquing some horror flicks. I've seen just only a handful this year, but I don't know. I'm looking to diving into some old favorites.
Yeah, I mean, people were posting like whole series in the order they liked them and stuff like that. So,
ooh,
pretty familiar stuff. Like I saw Friday the 13th in there, Nightmare on Elm Street, that kind of thing. And Gibbs, your opinion is noted, and you can now shut the hell up.
He likes the Scooby-Doo Halloween specials.
My nephew is being picked up here.
He's totally nuts, man.
Oh, it's good to have Wayne here. And what a thing that my connection to Twitch issues seem to be completely resolved now.
Excellent.
Can I ask you two to make sure you have the stream up so that you can see the chat and respond to anything if needed. And Gibbs, make sure to shut up. That would be fantastic if you could just not talk. You know? Actually, if you could talk, that would be amazing with the barking that I take umbrage with. Yeah, he's leaving. He's leaving. There's nothing you can do about it. My nephew's being picked up. Gibbs, stop. Come here. Come here. Get over here, you dumbass. But the Scooby Snacks Factory is my family.
I want to sniff his ass.
Oh, God.
Yikes.
I mean, that's usually what dogs do.
Okay. Riddle has asked that he's going to be late joining the stream, so delay doing the Deltarune list until he's there, which is no problem. They're there. Since
Hey, that's the next game I'm going to play.
You still haven't played it?
No.
Well, you're gonna hear all of Riddle's theories and wonder what the hell he's talking about, I think.
I can sit back and dream.
Well, it's really good though. So you'll be playing both chapters?
Yeah, just keep going until it's done.
Well, chapter 1's a pretty quick playthrough. Like, it's about as long as a playthrough of Undertale.
Oh, well, wait, Undertale takes a while, doesn't it?
Not really. I mean, I'm talking about one playthrough, not, doing every ending.
Oh, okay.
About 4 or 5 hours. But,
right.
Deltarune Chapter 2 is quite lengthy.
It has length and girth.
It's longer than Undertale and the first chapter put together, that's for damn sure.
Ooh.
It's like, honestly, Chapter 2 could have been like a game on its own. It's really cool. All right, I gotta
like 5 more of those things, right?
That we know of, the plan seems to be 7 chapters. If we could stop Nintendo from poaching them.
God damn it, Nintendo.
No, actually, that's like we were talking about it earlier because I was actually streaming Pokemon Diamond version. And, there was somebody in the chat that was talking about, like, Pokemon in general. And I mentioned that the thing that I'm most looking forward to for Generation 9 is the soundtrack. Just hearing that the whole soundtrack is being done by Toby Fox is exciting.
Oh, that's news to me.
Yeah, he did one song in Generation 8, the Battle Tower theme, and it was somehow the most Toby Fox shit ever and also the most Pokemon shit ever at the same time. Gibbs? Don't make me come over there. Get out of there.
The Doge is excited.
He's being sneaky. Doing things that he shouldn't be doing. There you go. Lay down, boy. Good boy. Yeah. Yeah. Get the music playing.
Yeah. Check it. Meatwad's disco party dance explosion.
Dancing is forbidden.
No, he just blows it up and he's like, well, you got the explosion part right. It's gritty, it's realistic, and it's gone.
Oh my god.
You're all right over there, Jesse?
Check out my tricky dick over there.
It has been a long time since I've seen that show.
Do you know they're making a second movie?
What are they calling this one?
Aqua Teen Hunger Force Plantasm.
Huh, alright. Not as memey as the last
Movie filmed for theaters now.
Yeah.
Plantasm seems to refer to the fact that they're fighting plants or something. I don't know.
I'm sure that will be the least of their problems.
Yeah,
Hey, am
probably.
I gonna be fighting some impossible meat there? God damn there, boy. You wanna see my impossible meat?
Don't we technically see all of it?
That is side of me you've never seen before.
Pants back up. That'd be great there.
Nah. I'm letting it all hang out, boy. All the way out. Living large. Living so large.
Oh, God.
Out of control here.
Hey, you're a little out of control there, meat man. You might want to tone it back a bit before they call the cops again on us.
Where's my whiskey? I'm about to get tore up. Well, are my popsicles Frylock?
All right, one of my favorite lines are Meatwad is here.
No, I don't want to do anything illegal, but I would do anything to get me a 10 speed. And if anybody gets in my way, I'll gouge the damn eyes out.
We do whatever we want whenever we want. And we took this porno belt. Hey, is that from the 83 tour? Hey. Every time I hear the word urgent, I always think about groping that girl.
I'll cover in vomit and...
I think these guys like that show.
A little bit, yeah.
Just a little.
It's been a while, though. It's been a while since I've seen it. But, you know, if you could do the voices, you could do the voices, and that's just as good. Maybe they'll bring the show back after the movie like they did with Beavis and Butthead, you know?
I'd like to see a return to the Brack show, even though one of the cast members is dead. But
Oh, yee.
Yeah.
I liked the Brack show.
let's go drink some beer. I don't know, Zorak. I don't think my parents want me drinking beer. That's why we're doing it.
It's the Brack Show, starring me. I'm Brack. If you get it, you get it.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, I remember that.
It's the Brack Show, starring me. I'm Brack. It's the Brack Show, and we've got a lot of great guests.
And the guy who played Thundercleese is the same guy who voiced Frylock.
No, that's right. Carrie something or other.
Yeah.
Thundercleese. Other than I saw an interview with him, and they're like, "Give us a little bit of Thundercleese," because he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm the guy who does like action stuff." Whenever and he did some, like yelling as Thundercleese. And then like, give us Frylock, and he goes, "Shut up, Shake." That's all he had to say was "Shut up, Shake." It was just his regular voice too, you know.
Like, damn, this pool is nice.
Living large. Living so large.
Carrie Means, that's his name.
Carrie Means.
Yeah. I knew it was Carrie something, Harry, Carrie, I don't know.
Harry Elwes.
Carrie Elwes, that's it. That's definitely it,
Yep.
Oh, God. You saw him do
when are we
so.
bringing-
Oh, hey, Manic.
bringing, like, Manic's here. Nice. Hey, Manic.
The almighty
So-
Santa.
I did that on my radio show one time. It's like somebody just randomly calls and it's like, yeah, well, this is Santa Claus. What are you going to be for? You're like, what? What are you gonna do for Christmas? Come sit on my lap.
You're caller number 69.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Come here, bro.
Nice. You know how long it took me? I was catching every Bellsprout that I could in Pokemon Go until I found one that had the CP of 420. And I was catching every one that I can get that was below that to see if I could power it up to that level, but it would always be like too much or too little, you know, and I finally got one and just named it Weed and made sure I favorited it. It will never be evolved or used in battle or anything, it's just there to be funny.
It's there as an art piece.
I used to have a 420 Snorlax that I named Munchies, but there was a rebalance that made it, like, stronger, so I was just like, well, now the meme is dead.
Womp womp.
Womp womp. Yeah, I tried it with Oddish too, but the one that I really wanted was the Bellsprout because of the whole, like, you know, like, Fantastic Adventures of Bellsprout video. I'm walking through the long grass, I'm smoking my green stash. Just be there to be
Nice
funny,
and
like
legal,
Alice
almost.
in middle school.
It's nice and legal in many states.
And apparently Germany now.
Yes.
Nice.
We can go get the alcohol and we go smoke the ganja man.
Don't ever say ganja in a German accent ever again. That is the whitest ass shit I have ever heard in my life.
I'm fucking ultra white. What are you talking about?
You're too white for Ann Coulter.
Practically transparent.
Well, I mean, he is an albino, so yes.
Ooh, I knew many of them.
I'm sure you did. Like, I think it was EB that once said you're so white you've rolled the counter around a minority.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, albinos are a minority.
It's very true. Too white for indie rock? Is what Manic said. That's like that terrible band. I forgot what band it was, but it was this terrible band that was shown on Beavis and Butthead in like season 8, you know, in 2011. And they're just doing their like horrible indie rock, and the first thing they said is like Butthead just goes, "White people." ... This is music for white people who've never had anything bad happen to them.
Yes, the moon is not my son though, and I don't crush beetles, and I don't sleep with a fork. I'd rather sleep with a wooden spoon for, well, reasons. You know.
I have no idea what any of that meant.
Never mind. It's a reference from a show that you don't even like.
What
Okay.
show?
What show?
Family Guy.
Ah.
Oh.
Yeah, they both wanted albinos, and as soon as I saw that, I'm like, come on, Seth.
Is that still on?
Unfortunately, yes.
Wow.
I know
It's
it
got
because
legs.
it's on right after Bob's Burgers, so every time I'm watching Bob's Burgers, they're like, up next, Family Guy, and I'm like, no.
Click.
Dave Matthews Band is a big fucking nope, according to Manic, and I have to agree. Dave Matthews sucks.
I've met Dave Matthews. He's actually a pretty nice guy, though, but never got into his tunes.
I liked him on that episode of House he was on. But...
He was on House. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
He was.
He was a pianist who had like some sort of
Yeah.
like developmental disorder.
He was
That was a sad episode.
Pianist.
He was a penis.
Pianist.
Manic, that means you started caring about Family Guy at some
It's
point.
true. It's true. Yeah. Well, I think we were all younger at some point. We're like, this is funny.
Yeah, I actually had lunch with Dave Matthews. He was the coolest guy ever to talk to.
Yeah,
Hey,
he
man.
seems pretty chill, but his music sucks.
Super chill. I mean, he used to live up here.
It's like I think honestly, if I see one of his videos, I might just be like, white people. And then they did that again in this season, but it was for what was it for? The Butthead just goes white people. God, what was it? Shit, I gotta like look at the list of videos they did this year. I can't remember what it was.
Or Beavis smashing the TV.
That perfect ending to the season, right?
Yeah, that was.
Butthead has a rare moment of self-awareness, and Beavis breaks the TV.
That's not how you play Smash TV.
And I love that, like, right after he calms down and he goes back to the couch, and Butthead's just like, that was cool. And, yeah, sorry, I was just got really pissed off. We don't have a TV anymore. How come? Oh. Let's. That was Bone Hunters. Yeah, that was the season finale. All right, what was the video where they were like polite people? Let me see.
The one that really stuck out was the Kale Dots and the WAP video.
Oh my god, the WAP reaction was amazing. What about Jacob Sartorius? That had me in tears.
Oh my god.
That guy even still relevant? I forgot about that name.
I don't know if he's relevant anymore, but they basically were just like, look at this. This is like a boy band, but with only one guy, and he's actually a boy. And then it's this horrible, cringy song, you know, and this girl who looks way too old for him. It turns out they were the same age, but she looks older, and he looks like he's a fetus.
Weird.
And they're just like, you know, he's a victim.
Oh my god.
And one of the great, like, when they were listening to music in the store in the video, and they're like they have headphones on so they don't have to listen to this crap. We're listening to Mozart to help with his brain development. It's not working.
Apparently not.
And then and one of the lines in the song was, "There's nothing between us but chapstick," and Beavis is like, "What the hell does that mean?" And Butthead just goes, "I don't know, but I know what else is not between them: pubic hair."
Oh man.
Beavis goes, "Oh, that's kind of mean." So what? He's 11 and he's rich and he gets to score when he's 11. He'll be fine.
That wasn't just a burn. That was full-blown immolation.
I mean, yeah. Pretty much as good as the Kale Dodds thing, I think. They destroyed Kale Dodds, though.
He's grooming him.
He's gonna be buried in a shallow grave. I have the whole season if you want to watch sometime, Jesse. I also have the new movie, which is the funniest movie I've ever seen in my life.
Damn, that's a good.
I honestly think
tagline.
I honestly think it's the funniest movie I've ever seen.
What? That's awfully big to say.
It is. I believe it. I mean, and I think that EB and Alice and a few other people said very similar things about Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe. It really is that funny.
When June saw it, we just broke.
June was in tears. I mean,
Man.
It was insane, and that was my second time watching it, and I was still laughing my ass off throughout the whole thing. I think the white people reaction might have been the dude who the survival guy with the breakfast. I'm gonna make this breakfast big in case Jennifer comes back. Oh boy. I mean, honestly, and the whole season was good. There was probably my least favorite episode would be Good Deed. I thought that was a little too dark, but it was still very funny.
Too dark, really?
It was really dark, yeah.
Yeah.
It was also kind of a repeat of a joke they had done like back in season 5, so still a good episode, but just a little fucked up.
Oh well, they've probably done worse.
Yeah, definitely, especially in like season 1 and 2.
Frog baseball.
Oh god, frog baseball. That's terrible.
Manslaughter.
Manslaughter, the slaughter of a man. And that's the great thing. You also get episodes where it's old Beavis and Butthead, and that's fantastic too. Where they're all middle-aged and shit. Which is a whole ass mood, right, guys?
Funny story here. I was doing my day job, and I had, one of the dude's last name was Duran, and I asked him, "Are you related to Duran Duran?" And he's like,
"Who the hell is that? What are you talking about?"
I fucking feel old now, dude. Thank you.
All right, guys. We're going to get started. Here we're going to switch over to the List Critics Remastered, guys, where we will begin, as we always do, with Tumblr Gets Deep.
Let's get deep.
Let's get deep. Now, how many are there? According to this, there's 24. So, here we go. All right, number 1, starting with Ding Dong, You Are Wrong. Fantastic name, by the way. Says, honestly, if teleporters ever got invented during my lifetime, I would be the most annoying analog boomer about it. My grandkids would be like, ugh, Grandma, why don't you just take a teleporter trip to come visit us? We do it all the time and it's obviously safe. And I would be like, absolutely not. It kills you and reconstitutes a copy with your exact memories. You are consciously my grandchildren and I do not hold it against you. But I know in my heart that you are nothing but copies of copies of copies born out of the irresponsible technology use. I am not touching that devil's elevator as long as I live. I will take an airplane and you will wait for the several hours it takes me to come visit you.
She really thought this through.
I mean, that's sort of like, the whole argument about, like, do the teleporters on Star Trek kill you and just make a copy, There was that whole Breaking Bad thing,
I'm hoping that maybe if teleportation is ever figured out, we can bypass that.
Well, but the thing is, how would you know? Right? How would you know if it's bypassed or not? They could tell you they're not doing that, and it totally is, right? Hey, Moogle.
All of a sudden, you have your Spock.
Okay, number 2, Xenosaurus says, I think the greatest irony of my life is when the cafeteria at my college changed all the lights to blue bulbs for autism awareness, which fucked with my sensory issues badly enough that I could barely stand to be in the building. I was certainly aware of my autism, at least.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
I don't really understand how lighting blue lights has anything to do with autism.
Maybe to make the mood cooler, like how there's like hot white and cool white. I don't know.
White? I've never heard of. Is that a Pornhub category?
Well, maybe.
That could be my porn name.
Yeah, Hot White. yes, that should be your porn name. Hot White Hanging Dong. All right.
That'll be my OnlyFans handle.
There you go. Number 3, Eldritch Gentleman says, people believe that Europe didn't have martial arts like Asia did, but that's not true. We had martial arts but centered around weapons because unlike in Asia, anyone could carry a weapon. We never had to invent barehanded martial arts for fighting armed opponents. And then Simon Newman says, also, there were guides for how to fight an armored opponent if all you have is a stupid sword that won't pierce them. And FYI, the answer to this is bash him with the pommel. Also, shields can be used to kill. Just saying. Thank you to listen to this little trivia. And then Eldritch Gentleman says, Asia, 2 wizened sages staring at each other, caressing their long beards before unleashing a flurry of deadly blows, and one of them falls over elegantly defeated. Europe. Ah! Screams a man as he repeatedly smashes a knight with the pommel of his sword. Die already!
This is Sparta!
Jesus.
Simpler times.
Simpler times. It is true that the reason that martial arts in the East were created was because if you were not of, for example, the samurai caste or a landowner in China, you were not allowed to have anything resembling a weapon, which is also how a lot of farming tools became weapons, by the way.
Like nunchucks?
Nunchucks, sai, kunai, they were all farming tools.
Yeah.
All right, number 4, the dark-haired Hamlet says, there are Nazis on campus right now, and a student brought out like 1997 boombox and started blasting taking the hobbits to Isengard every time they tried to say something. Those who do not share our genes, the hobbits, the master race to Isengard, and I believe the hobbits. The 44th.
That would be great to see.
Great to hear, too. The 44th pilot says chaotic good. And then Curious Obsession 101 says, in Jewish tradition, one of our holidays is called Purim. It celebrates the defeat of an anti-Semitic political advisor to a king who liked to prowl the streets ranting his hatred. Part of the story of Purim involves the people being ranted at inventing a special kind of noisemaker to drown him out. Basically, what I'm saying is this student is following a grand tradition, whether they realize it or not, and they should be proud. And then Whisperwink says, not only is Purim about drowning out fascists, it's also about doing so in the most absurd and embarrassing ways possible. Fascism thrives on an aura of invincibility, and it's hard to hold on to that when people keep making farting sounds every time you open your mouth. So really, weaponized memes are perfectly in keeping with the Purim spirit. And then Disease, Danger, Darkness, Silence says, slams fist on table. Now this is the kind of religious and cultural tradition I can get behind.
Yeah, just annoying the shit out of people.
Yeah, right. Every time these like white supremacist assholes start playing, just like blast the Baby Shark song on like every device in a 3-mile radius, right? That'll drive anyone insane.
Or the fuck shit piss song.
Fuck shit piss. Well, you're really taking me back there, huh?
I don't know why that just popped into my head.
Maybe that's what's in your head is fuck shit and piss.
Always. It's just a miasma, really.
Miasma fucking shit piss. Okay. Wow.
Bad picture in my head.
Or a good one, depending on your proclivities, right? All right, number 5. High Res posts this picture of like a children's book about George Washington, and it shows a picture of him waving goodbye to people, and it says, "George was a good president for 8 years. Then George said, 'I'm tired. I want to go home.'" And Colonel Spike says, "I don't know why I laugh so hard, but..." And then Veg Raptor says, "But no, that's literally essentially what he did." Like enough of this shit.
And then they made it a law?
No, they didn't make it a law until way later, when Franklin Delano Roosevelt had 4 terms. The only reason that he did not just continue to be president was that he died.
And they're like, we should really put a stop to this from now on.
Pretty much, yeah. All right, number 6, Elven Fair? It's just spelled weird. This is all caps. I'm not going to shout, but just imagine I'm shouting. Really important PSA. The 52 Hertz whale has a friend. I don't know what that means, but okay. He is not the loneliest whale in the world. Marine scientists heard 252 Hertz. Wait, hold up. I forgot. There was this whale that like his whale song was at a different frequency than all other whale songs. The other whales weren't communicating with him.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Marine scientists heard 252 Hertz calls within 10 minutes of one another off the coast of California. I repeat, he has a friend. Someone called back. And then Cell 113 just says, "Hell yeah."
Oh, yeah.
All right, number 7. Prokopet says a movie where every scene that takes place in America has a garish red and blue filter on it. At one point...
Man.
Yeah. At one point, well, I mean, like it's like how in some shows and movies and shit, whenever they show Mexico, it's yellow for some reason.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah. At one point, there's an exterior. At one point, there's an exterior shot of the White House, but on the flagpole above the main entrance is flying the Canadian flag. This is never remarked upon. Later on, there's a scene where the American president, who is inexplicably wearing a Coast Guard dress uniform, gazes pensively out of the Oval Office window, through which the Statue of Liberty is clearly visible in the middle distance.
What is this?
I mean, they're saying like if America was depicted on film the way that other countries are.
Oh, just extremely inaccurate.
Yeah. Yeah, just based on like memes and shit. All right, number 8. The first person's name is cut up, and it says, conversations about World War II would be a lot more bearable and constructive if white men found out that period rightly horrific instead of pornographic. And then Violet Lantern Werewolf says, we glorify war because it's the only time we're allowed to release the beast and not go to jail for it. You want to see who a man truly is, put him on a battle. Man is never more himself than when he has nothing to lose. And then
he drops his pants and goes, whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah, that's what that post basically was. And then Afro Elf says, you're not fucking Odysseus, go to therapy. Thank you, somebody had to say it.
You ain't that deep, bud.
Like, sir, this is a Wendy's drive-thru.
That was very much a, sir, this is a Wendy's drive-thru moment, right? Oh. All right, number 9, Film Noirsbian. That's a choice.
What?
That's a choice. Phil Noirsbian says, thinking back to the first story I ever started writing down, I was 7 or 8, about a group of stray cats who every full moon took the form of human kids. They actually were human kids who had been killed, all at different times and by different people. You came up with this shit when you were 7? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Imaginative.
And scary. Their bodies were each dumped by the side of the road where a cat had been hit by a car previously, and their souls landed in the cat's bodies. Eventually, they all found each other and decided that every full moon, when they shifted, they'd try to solve each other's murders one by one. It was going to be a series with each book focusing on a different kid's murder mystery. I told my mom about it once briefly, and she said, those cat books are making you creepy.
I mean,
Wonder how
kudos
far
to
they
the
got.
imagination.
Yeah. And then Rodka said, kids would eat that shit up, man. Do it. I mean, yeah, that's like the next big young adult series that would be turned into a terrible Netflix film, right?
And you can bring the furries in. It just works.
Why did you have to go there?
Yeah, dude.
Why? What?
I mean,
I'm not making fun. I'm serious.
No,
Why not?
I'm just saying. I try not to think of furries too often.
yeah, me neither.
Me neither, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Throw them in there, see what happens.
All right. No, let's not.
Mix it around a little bit.
Oh, no mixing it.
Wait,
Oh, yeah, but you see, now you got Moogle all perked up. I'm going to have to hose him down with the ranch hose.
Don't be hosing anything.
We have a ranch hose emote.
Moogle gets perked up by anything inflatable or anything from the Chuck wagon.
You know what's funny is that we made the ranch hose emote because of Moogle, but it's been used on Wayne more often.
Settle down.
There, yeah, settle down. Wayne. See, there, Alice just posted the ranch hose. All right, number 10. Enraged Chihuahua says, your first and last recent emojis are your gender noun. Mine is, and it's the red bee and then two faces with a heart above it. And then Medianox Ostrom has a sad face and a briefcase, and it says, great, my gender is employee. And then, well, use the shadows to our advantage says, yes, but what a shame, the poor groom's bride is... Oh, I'm sorry, this is the next one. Number 11 is this. Yes, but what a shame, the poor groom's bride is... Thor? And then oh, stop it. And then Death to Killian says, some people will have no fucking idea how funny this is if they haven't heard the story.
I don't get it.
I guess I haven't heard that particular story.
Yeah,
I don't get it. I don't
What?
see why that's funny at all. All right, number 12.
I'm 40, and what is this?
Yeah, Corsair 6 says, if you make a woman in bulky armor in your video game and then pull an Uno reverse and are like, oh, she was skinny underneath her armor, you are a coward and also my enemy. Yeah, give us the muscle babes.
Why not?
I'm into it.
Yeah, get them ripped.
Yeah. Number 13, Stag Beetle Boy says, wait, I have an awesome house design. And then they post this image that includes notes such as closet door, big long evil closet, and other big long evil closet. Basically a house surrounded by closet. And says, I am architecture. You, sir, you are an ass. That's what you are.
I mean, if you've got a lot of shit that you want closeted up.
I mean, yeah. You don't need a closet that wraps around your whole place, though. That's a bit... You might as well just get a storage bin at that point.
That's a closet
Also,
moat.
and why is it referred to specifically as a big, long, evil closet? Like, what is in there?
That sounds like a bad horror movie. The big long evil closet.
Coming
Maybe it's
soon
some
to
Gen
Hulu.
Z slang.
Probably. Number 14, Apocalyptic Gender Punk says, vampires are rich and white, werewolves are poor, and or POC is a trope I'm honestly very tired of. And then, this person was in an earlier one, Procopet says, I'd be totally down for grungy anarchist vampires versus inbred aristocrat werewolves. I mean, the dog breeding metaphor is right there.
Calm down, Moogle.
And that's actually really true, though, right?
Yeah, why don't they flip the script? That's not a bad idea.
That would be interesting. Grunge vampires. What do they wear? Flannel and listen to Soundgarden?
I guess they fell on black days.
There you go.
No, they need to slobber more.
Number 15, Fish927. I'm not reading the rest of those numbers. Says, I think take a hike is like the funniest response to someone. Like, dude, just get out of here and go experience the wonder of nature for a bit. And then Sanctus Apparatus says, ancestral form of touch grass. I mean, pretty much, right?
And try the ultimate stimulation, going outside. Your lifestyle comes complete with air, trees, grass, and the ultimate ingredient, sunlight. Plus, as an added incentive, you get to interact with actual people.
Okay.
I prefer to use the term don't kick rocks.
There you go. It's a good one. Number 16, Evil Scientist 3. Just, I guess Evil Scientist 1 and 2 were taken. Bitches love to be like, science sucks, where are the eldritch horrors, where is the knowledge that's maddening to know? That's thermodynamics, motherfucker. The first two world experts in thermodynamics, Ludwig Boltzmann and Paul Ehrenfest, both killed themselves because they had to do fucking thermodynamics. Oh, you want to use abstract methodology poorly understood by most to study something so alien to human existence it cannot be intuitively understood, then in doing so uncover a terrible truth that implies the unavoidable doom of all humanity? Nice going, ding-dong. You just found out about entropy.
Hey, I didn't come to this podcast to learn.
This is why I stick to theoretical physics or astronomy.
Okay, we're moving on there. Number 17. So Sonic Speed Demon posts a screenshot from what I assume is another person's Tumblr, where Fantasy and Food Porn, that's the name they chose, wrote, you know how when you're like 10 or so, how designated pervert characters like Jirya and Sanji initially seem funny and sympathetic because they're just cartoon characters divorced from the real-world trauma these actions result in, but as soon as you grow up and get more exposed to the reality that predatory behavior, you have a moment where you look back at them and just realize how utterly sleazy everything about them is suddenly. Every scene they're in makes you uncomfortable. I just had that moment like that for Full Metal Alchemist, and let me tell you, becoming suddenly hyper-aware that Blorbo from your shows actively took part in the Holocaust and then kept working for the Third Reich for years feels so much worse. Oh, well, that was heavy. Sonic Speed Demon posts that and says, does this person not understand that the Ish-Valen conflict was like half the driving force of this show? I think you have to know what this show even is to understand any of this.
Yeah.
It's a pretty convoluted storyline from my
I have
understanding.
no idea what the hell they're talking about. Okay.
I mean, do they like punch people in it? I don't know.
Of course they punch.
Well, it's anime. They definitely punch people.
Good.
All right. OK Dingo. This is number 18. OK Dingo posts, Dear science fiction TV show writers, this will never exist. It's a person holding like one of those like transparent phone device things where it's like a piece of glass. This will never exist. No one will ever want this. Never in a million years will anyone want to see their own fingers while watching a video on their phone or let everyone in front of them see what's on their screen. Nobody will ever want to spend 20 minutes looking for their phone because the goddamn thing has active camo. Yeah, why is that a thing? They just want to show, oh, look, it's the future. They have transparent phones. But
It could
why?
be worse. I mean, up your phone. It's like, where the fuck did it go? Where the hell is my phone? Oh, shit.
People lose their phone no matter how bright it is these days.
Yeah, I mean, you know, people have these big clunky Samsung phones. I'm waving mine at the camera right now, and they can be lost. So imagine having this thin strip of transparent plastic. You know? All
Well,
right.
then people will really use Find My Phone features.
Yeah, right. Number 19, our Earthco, or whatever the hell, says Twitter users are defending the right to assume Picasso is a Renaissance artist. What? Let me read that again because that just broke my brain. Twitter users are defending their right to assume Picasso was a Renaissance artist. TikTok users think watching any film made outside the U.S. makes you a snob. Replace classic lit with young adult and fan fiction discourse is flourishing. I think we're just living in an anti-intellectual times.
I think we are.
Yeah, we definitely are.
Yeah.
FX Whore is the next person's name. And I really don't give a fuck is what they posted. And then the first person says, I would like you to consider the political implications of mocking non-American film, dismissing the arts, and replacing thought-provoking and stimulating media with media that's just designed to entertain and sell, just for a moment. But it ain't gonna happen, right?
No.
Anybody who types, I really don't give a fuck, and feels the need to put 7 exclamation points, you're not gonna change their mind on anything.
They're perpetuating it.
No, they are it.
Yes.
Number 20, Sadhawk says, when I was in elementary school, I thought the reason we were supposed to capitalize the first letter of people's names was as a sign of respect, so I always refused to capitalize the name of my 4th grade teacher or George Bush because I did not respect them. And then...
It's a statement.
Yeah. And then Time Traveling Cactus writes, lowercase, and then parentheses, derogatory. That's going to be like, yup, non-sexual.
Which George Bush, though? I mean, then again, doesn't matter.
Fielder's choice.
Does it even? Yeah, right. Does it matter at all? All right. Number 21, Starfleet Academy says, so this comment section on TikTok about insane things people ask at aquariums is a gold mine. Posting 2 examples. One of which says, my friend used to volunteer at a zoo and was asked by a grown adult, at what depth do dolphins become sharks? It haunts me to this day. And, oh my god, Alice is wilding out. And the other one says, when I was working at the aquarium, we had a lady ask if she could be baptized in the otter exhibit. I mean, that would be cool, though, right?
I mean, I won't yuck your yum, but that's strange.
I mean, otters are adorable and friendly. The other one, insane. All right, number 22. This comes from an anonymous ask saying, like 10 or so years ago, my boyfriend got me a cute little stuffed lamb. I still have the lamb and the boyfriend, but I realized a few months ago that I had never named the lamb. I was unsuccessful in trying to figure out a good name until I thought of your dog, Lamb Chop, and then something shaped vaguely like divine inspiration struck. Now the lamb's name is Dog Steak. And Creek Fiend replies, last sentence hit me like a truck. Thank you, we are honored. Dog Steak. That's.
Dog Steak.
I didn't see that one
Cute.
coming. So here's the thing. It said there were 24 of these, but there's only 22. So I guess it's out of 22. I'm going to say 19. What do y'all say?
I feel an even Steven 20.
Okay.
18 here.
18 here. Legal.
Legal.
Everywhere. Legal everywhere, right? Oh, goddamn. Put some bacon in the pan. All right, I have a few lists on my phone that I wanted to get to before we get to submitted lists. So let me bring that up right now. Okay, so here's one from a site. I don't know why this site is called Pupper-ish, but it is.
No.
This list doesn't have anything to do with dogs, but it's people share 15 nice things we can't have because other people screwed up.
Oh, time to get angry.
Yeah, so these are examples of this is why we can't have nice things. All right, number 15, 24-hour decongestion antihistamine cold medicine that worked, Drixerol, dropped off the market when everyone switched to new decongestant formulas that were somehow more resistant to distilling into meth. Oh, and anytime I buy decongestants, my DL gets scanned. Driver's license. Thanks, criminals.
Meth.
Fucking meth!
Let's go do meth in the bathroom.
Let's not say we didn't.
Yes.
Number 14. Drones. All it takes is a few idiots doing stupid illegal shit like spying on people and legislators jump at a chance to restrict them.
Drones have way too many possibilities for bad things as opposed to good things, though.
It's true, yeah, but it's because people do those bad things that we can't have nice things.
Damn it.
And number 13. We used to keep our church doors open 24/7, but then vandals wrecked it, so we locked up at night. Then we left it open during the days on Saturdays, and vandals wrecked that, so now we keep the place locked up except almost exclusively during banking hours and Sunday mornings.
Especially in Norway.
Can you imagine just sitting there and being like, boy, I sure do want to go into a church and fuck it up?
You gotta be pretty low.
What are you, Vard Verkenis? Like, what the fuck is going on over there? Oh, God. All right, number 12. Burning Man used to be a really cool, inclusive mini-society. Now it's just a bunch of people with way too much money isolating themselves from other people in the desert by buying out huge plots of land and excluding others from their clubhouses, which is a stark contrast from what Burning Man was fucking supposed to be in the first place.
Well, look what happened to Woodstock.
Well, it reminds me of something that Jack Black's character said in School of Rock. We had this awesome thing called rock and roll, and then the man ruined it with MTV.
Yeah. Still holds up?
Number 11.
Well, maybe not the MTV part, but, you know.
Well, he's not wrong. I mean, number 11. No playground equipment. The rolly slides, teeter-totters, the merry-go-rounds, and there was even a park I used to play in a kid that had an old retired train car we could go in. The rolly slides apparently pinched too many fingers, the teeter-totters are too hard to get off of, and the merry-go-rounds were spun too fast. As for the train, I'm pretty sure there were people shooting up drugs and or homeless people sleeping in it, plus graffiti. Now it's gated off and no fun for anyone. Well, I don't begrudge homeless people trying to find a place to sleep, but
I like that.
Yeah.
The further back you go, like the older the equipment, the scarier it is.
Oh yeah, some of it is practically medieval torture equipment.
It's great.
When I was in elementary school, yeah, that stuff looked like it came from 1944.
It probably did.
Oh man.
Number
then they find big toy.
Yeah.
Months later.
Number 10. I used to work at Tim Hortons, and we were located right beside a homeless shelter, so every night we would take all the food that was still fresh and give it to charity. It wasn't a lot, usually like a box of Timbits and about a dozen donuts. Until one day the regional manager came and shut the whole thing down. He didn't tell us why, only to never do it again or we'll be fired. We never questioned it and just held the resentment of Tim Hortons in our hearts, like how cheap do you have to be that you would rather have us throw away consumable food. A few months later, a homeless man came in right as we were throwing food in the garbage bag. He goes, it's such a pity. I used to love eating you guys' donuts until that fucking idiot had to ruin it. My coworker said, yeah, that's honestly fucked up. Corporation greed, you know? The homeless man gave us a weird look and goes, nah, that's not what happened. One of the fuckheads at the shelter faked choking on a Timbit and tried to sue the store. That's why they cut us off.
Oh, man.
One guy had to ruin it for all the rest, huh?
Motherfucker.
That really is a shame, right? Damn.
That's a shit turn on that story.
I did not expect it to go there at all. Holy shit. Okay. Number 9. Very dumb and minor, but I think it goes to show how selfish people can be. A few years ago, a guy on Twitter shared his Starbucks card information and told people to put it on their phones. The idea was to have a shared community card thing, get a drink if you wanted to, or donate it to it so other people can get a drink. You would think that people would just grab free drinks, but it actually had a surplus of donations versus people actually using it. I think the card ended up with like $200 at one point. Anyway, some asshole comes along and locks down the card and account, effectively shutting it down. He said he did it because he wanted to prove how ineffective sharing was, or something dumb like that. You always have that one guy who sees other people enjoying something and feels the need to disrupt it.
This fucking guy in his soapbox.
Well, thanks, Melkor. What a piece of shit. All right, number 8. In California, we used to have... You were right, Jesse. It's time to get angry, huh?
Yeah, right?
In California, we used to have backyard pool slides until some drunk asshole hit his head goofing around and drowned. His parents sued or advocated for greater laws restricting these. Now they're few and far between. In the 80s, a tons of places had them. Well, you probably shouldn't be using any kind of slide when drunk. That's just, asking for brain trauma at the very least.
It's a bad mix.
Yeah. Generally, anything with water or falling, and then you add alcohol into it, it's going to be a bad time.
Or heavy machinery.
Yeah. Heavy artillery. Number 7, pain management for chronic pain patients. There is no further elaboration given or needed.
Uh-huh.
This hits home for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Basically, it's difficult to get any kind of pain management solution because of people who drug seek.
Oh,
yeah. So
man.
So you either have people who underreport what level of pain they're having, so they try not to appear as if they're drug seeking, or they're honest and the doctors just don't believe them.
Yeah,
you're fucked.
Yeah.
That hits home.
No elaboration given or needed.
No.
Man,
all right,
I'm bummed now.
Yeah, I know, right? We'll come up with something a little more happy after this. Number 6, buying tickets online. It used to be easy. Now I have to choose all the squares with the fucking car in them to prove I'm not a bot. Log in with a password I forgot, get my password link sent to my email address, change my password, prove I'm not a bot again, pick seats, confirm seats, and pay an extra $20 for a convenience fee.
The most inconvenient thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, how is it convenient? All right. Number 5, my parents' old apartment had this little dog park. Our greyhound loved it because she can go run every morning. They closed it because people wouldn't pick up their dog's poop. They would just leave piles of shit despite management sending letters out. I'm still salty about that one. Don't get a dog if you can't pick up their messes. I mean,
people are lazy.
What can you do? If people are leaving the shit there, you have to shut it down, That's ridiculous. All right, number 4. I used to be able to walk into an airport, book a flight, walk to the gate, and get on the plane. I have flown from SFO, where I live, to LAX, where my sister lives, countless times in just that fashion. Yeah, sucks that the terrorists kind of fucked you over there, huh?
What a shame.
And then the Bush administration.
Also a shame.
Yeah, equally shameful. Number 3, MTV TLC History Channel. Thanks, assholes.
Oh boy, where do we start from there? I mean,
well, I think that all 3 of those are symptoms of the despecialization of cable networks, because I mean, anything that starts off with, we're going to do this specific thing, quickly becomes with, oh, we're losing money. We have to do everything now.
Thanks, Telecom 96.
Mm-hmm.
They got to change the L in TLC to Lunkhead.
The Lunkhead channel. I like it. What does the M in MTV become? Moron?
Moron.
Moron. All right, number 2. Our parents had a small summer cabin in a quiet wooded lake. The water was pristine and ideal for fishing and swimming. The air smelled of fresh pine. Then it caught on, and the lake became overtaxed and ruined with powerboats, polluted with gasoline, oil, and junk tossed into the water. Tires, mattresses. Who fucking throws a mattress into a lake? Washing machines, solvents, etc. Now the fish are gone, the water stinks, and the pine trees have been cut down.
Damn teenagers.
We need the Native American guy with the one tear rolling down his cheek.
Oh, no.
Iron Eyes Cody.
Go to Alabama, you probably have floating mattresses out in those lakes.
Nasty.
Like, I'm going to go do some floating on the lake here.
All right, number 1. A sense of community in your neighborhood. As a kid, second gradish, I used to walk over to my friends and we'd play in each other's backyards. We knew how to bike together, would explore the woods between yards, play with the older middle schoolers. A lot of paranoia kind of ended that. The DC sniper shooting, fear of kidnappers, it all kind of hit at once. Well, that and cicada season. After that summer, people around here just kind of kept to themselves more. It is just in general just a less friendly world than it used to be, huh?
God, this is just so depressing.
Well, out of God, how many was that? I just closed it like a derp. Just give it a letter grade. B.
S for sad.
S for sad. That was S tier for sad.
S tier. Double S for super sad.
There you go. All right, I have one. Wait, I need your grade.
C+.
C+. I have one that we're gonna play this as a game. I haven't looked at it, so I will also be participating. These are, this is what it says from Popular Mechanics. See how many of these ridiculously hard Jeopardy questions you can get right.
Oh
so
my
these
God.
are questions from Jeopardy that nobody got on the show. Let's see if any of us get them, okay? So I'll just say it. We'll each give our guess or whatever, and then I'll scroll down and see what the answer is, okay?
Okay.
All right. Oh, there's a lot of these. Okay, so maybe we'll do not all of it and do it again some other time, because there's 52. Well, I guess it's counting question and answer. I guess there's 26. That's not so bad.
Hey, Moogle. Moo.
Moo. 11-letter word for embroidery on canvas with uniform spacing of stitches in a pattern. Oh, I know what this is. This is it's needlepoint, right?
Man.
I'm not going to sit there and count the letters. I'm just assuming that's 11 letters. Trying to get rid of this ad. Let's see. Yep, needlepoint. And that was $1,000 question. Look at that. Give me $1,000.
Look at you.
Alex Trebek. Okay, her October 7th, 1914 wedding day would prove to be a focal point of American politics. Got to be JFK's mother, right? Rose Kennedy?
Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah, her.
Yeah, her.
That's my answer.
Rose Rose Fitzgerald Kennedy. That was the answer.
I got it.
Okay. Interest in diamonds of this color soared when Ben gave Jen a big one set in her engagement ring. I think I have to assume it's Ben Affleck and Jennifer Aniston. Got to be pink, right? Pink diamonds are like the most expensive ones, like the Pink Panther.
Oh, rose, pink, whatever.
Wayne, you got a different guess, or are you going with that?
Yeah, I'm going with it.
Pink. That was a $200 question, and nobody got it. Wow.
I wonder if I would have been awarded that if rose is pink enough.
Judges? That's what they would say, right? In 2000, this man was the host of a #1 rated network show and a #2 rated syndicated talk show. Wait, so he had the #1 show on TV and the #2 show syndicated that was a talk show?
That would be Who Wants to Regis Philbin.
Regis, yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, Regis.
I'm going to go with that. Let's see. The answer is Regis Philbin. That was a Final Jeopardy one.
Really nice guy, too. I met him.
Dang.
In the 1960s, these Midwesterners earned 5 NFL championship trophies. I'm lost. 60s football? You're kidding me. The Corn Huskers. I don't fucking know. Do you guys have a guess?
Green Bay.
Yeah, Green Bay Packers.
Let's see. Green Bay Packers for $400.
I think they had a run, yeah.
Yeah, in the 60s. Frederick
Stop, Bears.
Henry, the protagonist of this Hemingway novel, is the Italian ambulance... Well, let's try this again. Frederick Henry, the protagonist of this Hemingway novel, is in the Italian ambulance serving during World War One. I have no idea. I have no idea. Alice says A Farewell to Arms. Let's assume it's that. Let's find out.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
A Farewell to Arms for $800.
Way to go, Alice.
Is that literal because it's the war, like the guy lost his arms or something?
I have no idea. Probably not. Although Hemingway was very literal, so it could be.
Literal.
In a song from Chicago, we're told to give him the old, this title, give him an act with lots of flash in it. Is it Razzle Dazzle? Give him the old Razzle Dazzle?
Razzle Dazzle.
Something like that, right? Let's see. Razzle Dazzle for $800. I rule.
I just think of NBA Jam when I hear that.
Boom shakalaka. All right. Devised in Boston in 1946, the name of this juice brand combines patriotism and convenience. A juice brand? Patriotism and convenience? Could it be Minute Maid?
Yes, Minute Maid.
Because like Minute Man and then having a maid is convenient?
Juicy juice.
Juicy juice. That's not very convenient or patriotic. Let's see. Minute Maid for $200. Tang, yeah.
Nice.
All right. This Caribbean nation was named because it reminded Spanish sailors of a province back home in Spain. Granada.
Hello, Mara.
Granada. Hello,
Hello,
Granada. Granada for $400. Okay. The song Drops of Jupiter by Train mentions the best one of these espresso drinks you ever had. I don't know.
Latte?
Tip of my tongue, I know this.
Is it cappuccino?
Oh.
For my bungo? Let's find out. It is a soy latte.
Latte, yeah!
But specifically a soy latte. I don't think you'd be awarded the $800 there.
They would say more specific?
Maybe they would say that, yeah. And then you'd be like, cafe latte?
Pumpkin spice latte?
That song sucks, too.
Yes, it does.
Allison Janney clocked in as Meryl Streep's domestic partner in the 2002 film with this timely title. Clocked? Timely?
The Time Traveler's Wife. No, that's too new.
No, not in 2002.
No.
Alice says it's The Hours. That's probably right. Let's see.
Hours.
Yeah, Hours for $800. And Moogle said Memento because apparently Meryl Streep was in Memento. The smallest of the Great Lakes, it has a surface area of about 7,500 square miles. Now, I forget if it's Ontario or Erie that is smaller.
I would have guessed
Erie.
Ontario.
I think Ontario is smaller, right? Let's see. It is Lake Ontario for $400.
I kept thinking it was Lake Erie. That was
We
smaller.
should be on Jeopardy, man. We'd rule. Look for Aretha, Ray, James Brown, Cab Calloway, and of course Twiggy and Frank Oz in this 1980 film comedy. That's got to be The Wiz, right?
Blues Brothers.
The Blues Brothers? Oh, that came out in 1980. Yeah,
Yes,
it's got.
it did.
Yeah, no, you got to be right. I got to be wrong. Let's see.
Wiz was 78.
Yep, Blues Brothers for $2,000. That was a double
Alice got
Jeopardy.
it.
Yeah, Blues Brothers.
We're on a mission from God.
Yeah. This band's monster album included Crush with Eyelander. That's REM, isn't it?
Yep.
Let's see.
I think so.
Yep, REM for 2000. That was a good record. This one's not loading. Oh, there it goes. We are serious that Sirius is the brightest star in the night sky with a negative 1.46 measurement of apparent this. It's like red.
Kelvin.
Say it again?
Would it be? No, Kelvin is temperature.
No, I think it's redshift or something, right?
or aperture.
Clarity?
Clarity,
Let's
aperture.
see. It is magnitude, actually.
Hey,
we suck.
Alice is on fire.
Alice is on fire. All right. Meanwhile, back in the Nixon suite was one segment when it debuted in 1968 on a Tuesday. It now airs on another night. That's got to be Saturday Night Live, right? Wasn't it originally on Tuesday and it was called something else and then it became Saturday Night Live?
Laughing. I know Nixon was on that show.
Oh, yeah. Sock it to me. He kept saying it all angry and shit. Let's see. Oh, it was 60 minutes. We suck. We assumed it would be something funny.
Well.
There's nothing funny about Mickey
Funny
Rooney.
and Nixon?
Yeah.
A very young Goldie Hawn in Laughing, too.
Hey.
This Italian word is used of music gradually getting softer, the same as decrescendo. Oh, I know this. What is it?
See, I always go decrescendo.
No, I know this.
It's piano.
Is it?
Well, piano just means soft, straight up, doesn't it? Yeah.
Let's find out.
Or mezzo piano.
No, we're all wrong. It's diminuendo. Diminuendo. All right. About 2,000 women attend this college in South Hadley, Massachusetts, one of the 7 sister schools. Vassar?
I don't know any of them.
I'm guessing Vassar because that's like a chick school, right?
Chick school.
What about the 6 saintly shrouded men?
Hey now.
6 saintly shrouded men. It is Mount Holyoke. Mount.
Holy
For 1600. Oh, got him back in my arms again, so satisfied, sang this trio in a 1965 chart topper.
The Temptations? I don't know, I'm just throwing 60s out there.
I think it's the Supremes. Because I'm hearing women's voices in my head. The Temptations were guys.
Yeah, they were.
Let's see. The Supremes for 2000.
Hey!
The first capital of California following American occupation in 1846 was this city, today the capital of Silicon Valley.
San Francisco.
Yeah, it has to be San Fran, right? Let's see. San Jose.
San Jose.
That's not the capital of Silicon Valley. On what planet do the Jeopardy writers live on?
Maybe it's like a turn of phrase?
No, it is a turn of phrase, but everybody knows the capital of Silicon Valley is San Francisco.
Yeah, that's just splitting hairs at that point.
Yeah, that's wrong. All right. On February 1st, 1964, students held a historic sit-in at a lunch counter in this North Carolina city in protest over segregation. Is it Birmingham?
North Carolina?
No,
Greensboro
North Carolina. No, yeah,
is like the
Birmingham's
one
Alabama.
place I can think of.
Let's find out.
As Alice.
Yeah, Greensboro for 1,000.
Nice.
All right. Related to the word respect is this word for a delay that brings relief.
Respect.
What? I think Alice is right. I think it's respite.
Respite, yeah.
Diarrhea.
Diarrhea.
Props.
It's diarrhea. No, it's not diarrhea. It's respite. For 1,000. All right. In the entrance hall of Monticello, Jefferson placed a bust of himself opposite one of his cabinet secretary and rival. What is the answer here? What is the... In the entrance hall of Monticello, Jefferson placed a bust of himself opposite one of his cabinet secretary and rival.
Oh, who's the secretary and rival?
Well, Hamilton, but that's poorly worded, right? It should say opposite this secretary. You know what I mean?
That's maybe why nobody got it.
It's Hamilton. Yeah, it's written poorly.
Alexander Hamilton.
He's not going to throw away his shot. In a snack food ad, we got the fever for a flavor of this.
More cowbell.
Yeah, I was going to say more cowbell. I got a fever for more cowbell.
And the only prescription is more cowbell. I have no idea.
I don't know. I'll guess Cheetos.
Oh, it's a Pringle. I've never had a fever for a Pringle in my life.
Pringles are just nasty.
I don't like them. They have a weird aftertaste.
They do.
They're good.
All right, load already. At their largest, the Japanese giant type of this crustacean can measure over 12 feet across, including the legs. 12
Crab.
feet?
Godzilla!
Well, it's got to be some kind of crab, right? Let's find out. The answer is spider crab.
You gotta attack the
Yeah.
weak point for massive damage.
Giant enemy crab.
Yep.
The unofficial capital of Flemish-speaking Belgium, it is the city of the Madonnas. No idea. No idea. This is the last one, by the way. It's it's Antwerp.
Hey, you're in Antwerp.
Do you ever wonder if the people from Antwerp are called Antwerpians? Or just twerps?
Antwerpals.
Antwerpal nurples. My phone's running out of batteries, but I'd like to get one more in before we go to submitted lists. Alright, let me see. I got so many here that I can pick. But,
yeah, congrats, Alice. You just went.
Oh, goddamn. Oh. Sorry about that. Okay, this is from ranker.com. 13... Oh, son of a bitch, it's reloading. Blank screen. Waiting for it. It has something...
Rancor.com.
Rank whore. 13 Hot Topic employees confess what really goes down behind the scenes. I think I might be clickbaity. Right. I think it just might be like funny stories from Hot Topic. Let's see.
Yeah, that's a simple way of putting it.
It's just so awkward sometimes to talk to these kids. I get... Oh, they're talking about bronies. I get the appeal of the show. I've seen many episodes, but please stop telling me who your favorite pony is and why she's the best and how people just don't understand that being a brony is cool. I will be honest. I think that culture is a self-sustaining culture of the glorification of introversion. I've had so many women that come in, not realizing the guy they're dating is a brony, and then stand there awkwardly while he picks out what new pony shirt he wants, or better yet, the older father who mentions he's looking for MLP for his daughter, and his wife comes in and blows his cover by mentioning their son is a brony. The look on the father's face is always delightful.
And then they feel the shame.
I couldn't care less, to be honest.
Yeah, like just let people do their thing as long as it's not hurting anybody. I guess.
Remember when? You know what? I have a cord here. Could I use this? Oh, that won't go into my phone. Never mind. I gotta plug in soon. Maybe this one. I have cords all over this bitch. Oh, hold up. I got a charger. Oh wait, no, that's for Xbox. Fuck. All right. Hopefully we'll make it through this. Let's see. This is from exempt employee. There were several crazy people who shopped at the store on a regular basis. One man spent a good 15 minutes yelling at me about how zombies could never exist after seeing the cover of a Fangoria magazine we had in stock with a George Romero zombie on it. Lots of parents came in demanding refunds for whatever their kids brought or the gift card they received because they thought the store was evil. And every employee of the store has stalkers. The kids find you online and friend request you until you accept, and then they spend their weekends in the store trying to talk to you while you're trying to work. So basically, the customers in general are crazy.
Sounds like they're annoying.
It does sound very annoying. Well, at least you work at Hot Topic and not Chaos and Kindness.
At least that's almost like my old career where people were just like trying to talk to me and like stalk me and everything.
All right, this is from Drew is Awesome. You start to lose your mind working at Hot Topic if you don't try to have some fun. I once had a big buff dude come into the store asking me if I had guy liner. I had to have him explain to me what he meant. I had a girl dressed in a witch costume try and put a spell on me to make me fall in love with her. It sadly did not work. And I had a parent order a Jack Skellington bed cover in store, and she continued to call every day until it came in, even though we told her it would take between 1 to 2 weeks. Well then, damn.
And people. Ugh.
I have birds.
Yeah. This one's from Azian. So this is a customer talking to the Hot Topic employee. They were able to resurrect my flesh. It's healed, and it's time for me to go home. Oh, my God. And they even told me my scales are turning gold, as my father's were. My father was a piece of creation itself. He was the protector of God himself. Well, that's good then. That's the thing. People damn power. It's not evil. It's how you choose to use it. Oh, yeah, most definitely. That's pretty much how everything is. But the dissertation of true power is lost to this world. I'm returning home, but I'm going to come back. I feel like this person's about to announce they're the immortal ghost of Frank Zappa. I can't read this. It's really long, and it continues to get cringier and cringier. So just imagine this guy talking about how he's a dragon and all this shit. for a
Or
long
what
time.
is it? The miserable little pile of secrets you're not talking. How about you?
All right.
Tell them to have their cocoa and go home.
Here's one. Hot Topic attracts the smelly kids like you wouldn't believe. If you shop there, make sure you wash what you buy before you wear it. When some kid smelled up a Resident Evil shirt while coveting it in the fitting room, all I could do was Febreze it and hope for the best.
Oh no! Ew.
This is
No.
nasty. That's nasty.
No.
All right. I'm a 30-year-old dad that wears polo shirts and occasionally goes to Hot Topic to listen to random alternative metal CDs from artists I've not heard of. Do the employees mock me after I leave? And then a reply, no. If anything, we think it's pretty cool that you're willing to give the music a listen. The only people we really mock or make fun of are just bad customers, shoplifters, and annoying people. It's rad that you come in. Don't feel out of place. All right.
Hot Topic, accepting of all types, no
Sometimes,
matter how annoying they are.
sometimes a little too accepting, right? I mean, how long can you really listen to Dragon Dude? Because I'm like scrolling and scrolling, and it's still going,
I can count with one hand how many times I've been in a Hot Topic. So there's that.
I wore a t-shirt, jeans, and sneakers to work every day. Once in a while, we'd have a big visit from regional management or someone high up enough, so I'd wear a skirt and some flats or something. As for the gothy part, I never considered myself goth. I think the feel of the store was gothic, but it wasn't really my thing. And truth be told, I only worked with a handful of people over the years who would have considered it their thing. The only time when we were really super concerned with what we were wearing was during Halloween. There were theme days and we were supposed to participate. But the only thing they can do if we didn't was lecture us about team morale. You have to wear all your pieces of flair,
Yeah. Didn't they watch Office Space?
Okay, so here comes a question. How often do you feel the need to stab Twilight fans who come in and squeal over the merch? And then the reply, personally, the 30-year-old Harry Potter fans annoy me more, but I'll tolerate anyone who helps fund my paychecks.
Oh, God.
Sounds about right. Let's see. Essentially, everything you wanted back in 2002 to 2005 can still be bought online. However, you have to think of who is actually paying for the product. Most of the time, it's the parents. If it's just a bit more family-friendly and approachable by both goth kids and Catholic mothers, the store is going to make more money. Moms love Sons of Anarchy, not so much love for Marilyn Manson. You get the idea. Let's see.
Man, what a diverse group there.
Yeah.
Sons of Anarchy or Marilyn Manson?
I'm big no to both of those, right?
Marilyn
I'm
Manson.
trying to think of the overlap.
No shenanigans went on while I was there. The company has a policy forbidding employee interactions outside of the workplace unless everyone that works at that particular location is invited. For instance, if the store manager is having a party and he or she wants to include employees, everyone has to be invited for it to be legit. He or she can't handpick employees to invite, or they risk getting in some hot water if anyone higher than them in the food chain finds out. So, because of this reason, the sexy time is kept to a minimum for the most part. So basically, if you can't fuck one person, you have to fuck all of them.
I'm already exhausted.
That's what I'm taking from this, right?
The orgy at Hot Topic. I mean, that's...
I can't think of something less sexy.
Yikes.
Especially after hearing about the smelly kids.
Yeah, I was gonna say the smell.
Yeah, you're just going into Hot Topic to bang some goth chick and it smells like B.O. Alright, I worked at Hot Topic for years. We got a lot of shoplifters at the store and people just kind of fucking around because a lot of kids' parents just drop them off at the mall and they think, hey, let's go fuck around in Hot Topic. I have a lot of stories about stupid things prepubescents thought they can get away with in our store that they never would try anywhere else, so we kind of get wary of any kids coming in by themselves, and especially wary when they start just picking things up without any apparent intention to buy them. Alright, let's see. Skinny is in at the moment, although they have slim straight fits now. The huge trip pants can still be bought online, the same with your obscure punk bands. The Target demo has shifted, but the online store remains true to its roots. In a store like Hot Topic, if something doesn't sell out, it just sits there collecting dust most of the time. That's why the buyers go for product they know that they can move. Otherwise, you end up with 60 pairs of $100 trip pants that take an inordinate amount of space in an already small store. Pants.
What are trip pants?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I'd look it up, but I don't care that much. And the last one is worst customer story, same as every other retail store. Self-entitled middle-aged white woman throws a fit at the register because she realized 5 years ago that she married into obscurity and hates that she never made anything of herself, so she takes it out on people paid to put up with her shit. You could have shortened that to just Karen.
I want to speak to the manager.
Yep.
Except the manager is going to be some 18-year-old with piercings and doesn't give a fuck, right? All right. Well, out of 13, I'll give that a 9 is what I'm going to go with.
I'm going 11.
I'll go with 9.
9. Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9. All right, going over to the List Critics channel for submitted lists. All right, so we're supposed to wait for Riddle to do the Deltarune thing. Riddle's still not here, so we'll try and wait. We got another hour left, but okay. So Alice has sent me a link to Kotaku for the 17 best GameCube games.
Ooh.
You turn into Dickles the Bee there. You're like, the GameCube.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, the GameCube.
All right. These don't appear to be in any particular order, so away we go. The first one on this list is The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker.
Surprise, surprise.
Or as people derogatively called it back in the day, was Zelda. Oh, there's Riddle.
Oh, Zelda. That's good.
Yeah. No, it's not good. Yeah, you're right. I haven't seen your messages. My head's been in the phone. All right, we'll do your list next. No, Wind Waker was fantastic.
Oh, yeah. It still holds up.
When it came out, it became my favorite Zelda game for quite some time. I did wind up liking the 3DS one a little bit more, but it still holds up really well. All right. This one's a little... what do you guys think of Mario Kart Double Dash? I was a little disappointed in this one.
That's one of my favorite Mario Karts, actually.
See, the thing that bothered me about it is it didn't really matter which character you picked. It was more about like which kart you picked. Because it did this. I didn't really like that. I liked having all the characters be kind of unique. Instead of
all y'all suck. I like it.
Instead of this is the best kart and there's like 50 guys that can go on it. I don't know. I wasn't really so much a fan of it. Had good tracks though.
I'm an island.
Okay.
Meaning, I am.
I know what you meant. All right, Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg. Really?
Maybe not top 17.
Maybe if we were doing top 50, this thing might come in at like number 38 or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Billy Hatcher in this, no, come on, it ain't that good.
Push around an egg in a chicken suit.
Skies of Arcadia. Yeah,
Legends.
yeah. It's a great game. It was great on the Dreamcast. It was great on GameCube. Just a great game.
Yeah.
Never finished.
Yeah, I haven't finished it either. I got to play it on stream one day, maybe. Beautiful Joe. That's a fun game.
It is.
I was attracted to it because of the art style and it being a side-scrolling beat 'em up, and then I just got it. I bought it, and it the whole game is just really good.
That one
the aesthetic drew me to it, and the slowdown stuff.
Mm-hmm. Wayne, what were you saying?
I was just saying that one needs a remaster.
It really does. It really does. I mean, they made a sequel, which was fine. It didn't have the same magic as the first one, but it was still a very good game. Then they did that weird Smash Brothers clone, and it was all over.
Red Hot Rumble?
It was all over at that point, yeah. Resident Evil 4. I mean, the fact that Resident Evil 4's GameCube version has been ported to every system ever, and now is getting a remake...
Got to be like the most. One of the most ported games.
In recent history, yeah. I mean, it kind of saved Resident Evil too because it was getting really stale.
Yep.
Yeah, but then they went down that road too hard.
They definitely made it into more of an action series. That's for damn sure. Yeah.
7 and 8 were pretty solid though.
Well, that's where they changed it up completely again. It went first person and more about horror and not so actiony. You know. All right, Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2 Rogue Leader. This was the game I bought with my GameCube.
Yeah, I got this and Luigi's Mansion, and it was great.
Fun game. Like, you know, you don't even have to be into Star Wars. It's just fun to shoot shit.
Hell yeah.
Paper Mario 1,000 Year Door. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh,
still top of the chain for Paper Mario.
Absolutely. So, Wayne, I got to tell you, you got to try to... I don't know if you're not close enough to the microphone or something, because you're cutting out a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Because I hear you go like, ah! You know, like, I don't know, what you just said was clear. F-Zero GX, that's a blast. That's a great game.
I didn't play that one as much as X, but
Yeah.
I think it's because I was starting to have a little more trouble seeing, and that one's way faster than
Oh
X.
yeah, it's hella fast. I mean, it's also been like the last like 3D console like F-Zero game. They only made them on Game Boy Advance after that, and they got really bad.
Bring it back, Nintendo.
Yeah, and have Sega develop it, please, because F-Zero GX was awesome.
Yeah.
Super Mario Sunshine. This was a decent game. I enjoyed it quite a bit. It tends to be a little unappreciated, I think.
Maybe because it was, I don't know, kind of formulaic, and people didn't like those, ironically, those more platformy ones, where you don't have the flood.
That's the best part of it, though. Those were so
is.
fun. Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, really?
Hey, that one was really fun with the the
Yeah,
bongo.
but you're like in the top 17 games or whatever the hell this is.
Maybe top 50 again.
Yeah. Super Monkey Ball 2? Nah. Super Monkey Ball 1. The first one was better.
Doesn't 2 have all those cool mini games though?
It's all the same mini games as the first one.
Oh, I wouldn't know.
And they have like a few extra ones, but all anyone wants to play is pool, bowling, and Target.
I'm playing Super Monkey Ball in the arcade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the first Monkey Ball was way better. Animal Crossing. That's not my
I
kind of thing.
I rented it, and I got bored after a day of fishing and picking
it's
bells or whatever.
It's like, oh, here's this chill game where you just like fish and make a house and do this cool stuff. Here's your mortgage.
Yeah, it's just once you pay off the mortgage, it's like, oh, I guess I beat the game.
Yeah, well, that pretty much is it. Yeah.
Fuck you, Tom Nook.
Yeah.
Tom Nook will be the first against the wall when the revolution comes.
Exactly.
Good Lord.
Animal Crossing Revolution.
Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. I actually didn't play this. I've heard it was good though.
Mixed bag for me.
Okay.
See, for me, Final Fantasy was always a one-player thing, but apparently to get the most out of it, you need more than one player.
Yeah, it was a
Otherwise,
4-player
you're just carrying around that little crystal thing. It was annoying.
Yeah. Odama made this list somehow for all your finest RTS pinball games.
With a microphone.
Yeah, with a microphone. I mean, it's a fantastically innovative idea. I don't know if I'd put it in the 17 best games on the GameCube.
Maybe 17 quirkiest. I
Or
don't
17 most unique. Yeah, definitely. Metroid Prime. That kind of goes without saying.
know. Oh,
Metroid
yeah.
Prime is fantastic. And the last one is one of my favorites, is Pikmin.
If you're into that.
I'm definitely into it. Like, give me this ridiculously cute game that's full of unbearable despair. Yes.
All right.
It's dark as hell.
It is a dark game. Yeah, it's like, that's why like Pikmin 2 and 3 are like they were like, okay, let's tone back the whole everyone might die part of it and just make
Riddle,
it about,
you're right. No melee love.
No Smash Bros. That's right. I mean, no Smash Bros. But we have Donkey Kong Jungle Beat.
Right?
No Ikaruga.
No Ikaruga. But
No
we
Luigi's
have
Mansion even.
Billy Hatcher.
And the giant egg.
Yeah, and his fucking egg. Mario Sunshine was on the list? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I said Mario Sunshine. We talked about it. Out of 17, I gotta be honest, this is a pretty mid list, right?
And
I'm gonna give it an 8.
7.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
I'm far too forgiving.
All right. It is time, whether you are ready or not, Jesse,
Ready or not.
to do Riddle's top 10 Deltarune predictions.
Hey, Sans, am I right?
Sans is already in it.
Right?
Ah, he even makes a joke about doing your mom.
Excuse me?
Oh yeah, in the first one, when you talk to him, you could talk to him about friendship, and he says, "Who should I be friends with?" And you say one of the answers you could say is my mom, and he says, "I already befriended your mom last night."
Heyo.
All right, okay. So this is assuming that this is both chapters 1 and 2 completed. These are Riddle's predictions for Deltarune. So number 1. We won't see Papyrus until a Dark World opens in the store. You know, that's probably true because like they hint at Papyrus in the very first one. And Sans even tells you, I need you to hang out with my brother tomorrow. And if you talk to him about it in the second chapter, he says something like, oh, that's going to have to wait, you know. Which I think is Toby Fox being cheeky about, oh, you'll have to wait for Papyrus. But the Dark World's opening all over the place. I think one in the store would be really interesting. It could focus more on Sans and Papyrus. I think that would be really fun. So, what do you guys think?
So this takes place in the same universe then? Like
It-
all
no,
your favorite characters
no.
are back?
It's an alternate universe. It's
Oh.
because basically the idea was that Toby Fox wanted to make Deltarune, and he did not have the resources or the people to make it. So he had all the characters, and he made this little game called Undertale. Like, hopefully this sells enough so that it can make the game I want to make.
It did.
Oh, hell yeah, it did. Right? All right, number 2. A dark world will open up in Asgore's flower shop, and we will see Flowey again and 6 color swaps.
You got to see Flowey.
I don't. I think that they will reference Flowey, but they will not. You will not have Flowey, because Flowey is Asriel, and Asriel is not going to appear till the last chapter. Because
he's coming back.
He's coming because he's your older brother. He's away at college, and they were talking about he's going to be home for the festival in a week, and each chapter is a day.
Oh.
So, personally, I think they'll reference if a Dark World opens in Asgore's flower shop, they'll absolutely reference Flowey. They'll tease him, but you're not going to see Flowey.
I just like the way you voiced him as Dark Meatwad.
Oh yeah, well,
Gets killed or be killed.
all right. Number 3, there will be a moment where it seems like Sans will fight you in the previously mentioned store Dark World, but it turns out to be a fake out or a prank. I could even see Megalovania starting to play, and then just like a record scratch. What? You thought I would fight you? I'm not a weirdo. I don't fight children. Something like that, right? Oh yeah, I can see that happening. I agree with that. Number 4, Asriel and Toriel will get back together to mirror how they broke apart in Undertale. Don't see it happening. First of all, Asgore is lame, and Toriel knows he's lame. I don't know what he did that made her break up with him, but she seems to really fucking hate him. Like,
I don't know. Maybe she's a bitch.
no, she's so nice. She's like the best fucking character. Like when you bring the flowers home in the first episode, and she's like, "Are these from him?" And then she gets all like mopey, and you find the flowers in the trash, you know. And oh, how about when she's in the store with Sans, and she's flirting with him, and they're doing egg puns, and then they're doing egg puns back and forth, and then Asgore just bursts in, and they're like, "And I'm your egg's husband." And it's just like
pretty good.
And it's just like crickets, and they're just like, "Go away, we're doing something here. Get the fuck out of here. This is our thing."
I still
All right.
applaud him.
I mean, it's a decent pun, but at the same time, he was clearly not welcome in, you know, their little flirtatious thing. Okay, we will find number 5. We will finally meet Gaster at the end of the game. Do you really think that Toby wouldn't keep Gaster like a complete mystery? Like, I don't know. I feel like that would betray the whole mystery of the character.
Did I know Gaster?
Gaster is, I think he created Sans and Papyrus. All of the lore about him is found outside of the game.
Oh, I just know the game.
Yeah,
That's
there's
it.
yeah, but like there's game files that reference him.
Oh,
You know what I mean? It's like you have to data mine to learn this shit. You know, like
oh, that's too much effort.
yeah, like those guns that Sans shoots at you if you do the genocide route. Those are called Gaster blasters, for example.
That's a good name.
Number 6, Ralsei won't be evil. I agree. Everybody thinks Ralsei's going to be evil. Ralsei's the fucking hero of the story.
Isn't that like a candy company?
It might be. I don't know. I 100% agree that everybody thinks Ralsei's going to turn out to be like the Dark Lord or some shit. And I'm like, I think we got the answer to that at the end of chapter 2. about the Roaring Night. So I'm not trying to say too much about how Chapter 2 ended because Jesse hasn't played it. And it was a huge fucking twist and a great, great shocking moment when you find out about the Roaring Night and who actually is the Roaring Night and who's creating the Dark Worlds. You know, it's amazing.
Roaring Night was the friends we made along the way.
Of course, that's actually it. No. All right. Number 7. Chris won't be the Knight. They just created the one Dark World in their house. No, they definitely created the other ones.
Duh.
Definitely. 100% created the one in the computer world, in the computer room, the one in the first chapter in the storage closet. I mean, there's the whole like double fake out about Chris grabbing the knife at the end of the first one, and then you find out they used it to cut pie. You know, but at the same time, I think we saw what happened. I think what it is, though, is you see that every time Chris goes into that trance and removes their soul, it's clearly, like, because you're controlling the soul, right? And you could even see, like, at the end of Chapter 1, when Chris rips his soul out and puts it in the bird cage, you can actually move around and try to, like, rattle the cage a little. You know, it's... There's something going on there where, like, he's a puppet of somebody else. Or they're a puppet of somebody else, because Chris doesn't have a gender. All right. Number 8. The end of the game will have our soul separated from Chris permanently, and because of that, the game will end abruptly before we see the resolution of the story, which is how the story will have the same ending no matter what.
This is starting to sound complicated.
Oh, I hate that idea. I hate it. Toby Fox said there won't be multiple endings. Which is interesting.
That's a relief.
Which is interesting because there's a lot of choices made that affect the story in major, major ways. Like playing the bad way, you know, the evil way, has monumental consequences that are immediately apparent on the world, you know? And the fact that somehow 7 chapters later we're going to get an ending that's going to be basically... no matter what you do, this is the ending. I don't like the idea of it just cutting off and there's no ending. Right? That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, that would be a big old...
I think if that happens, I think I would find Toby Fox and kick his ass.
Sopranos ending the series on
No.
Don't stop.
Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. All right. Number 9. Deltarune, Sans, and Papyrus will be the same pair from Undertale that used the machine in Sans' Undertale lab to jump universes.
Oh man, we're jumping universes now? Good lord.
Well, it is a different universe, but... So basically you're saying it's the same Sans and Papyrus. They somehow crossed over. Why would they do that, though?
You got nothing better to do?
Yeah. It just doesn't... It doesn't... Sans is too lazy to do that shit. You know, why would he do that shit? What does he care? Number 10, the last boss will be a Ralsei version of the Azrael battle in Undertale, except we're the bad guy. So, your theory is you're the villain, and then Ralsei's the hero, and you have to fight the hero at the end. It's a little bit...
Let's destroy the world!
It's a little bit too much like Undyne. I feel like you're repeating the Undyne battle from Undertale, then. You know, battle with a true hero. I don't know about that one. I think I like the out of 10 of these, I like 8 of these theories. The other 2, I'm just like, what do you guys think?
I really don't understand what's going on, so I'll say 10.
There you go, Wayne.
I'll give it a solid 7 because I like Jesse. I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, you haven't played Deltarune? Oh shit!
I have not.
It's such a fun game. It really is so good. All right. From Manic Scarecrow, this is where we have our Spooktember lists here. Because Halloween is just in a few... Yeah. Now from another tale from my nutsack. Okay. Moogle just says Chris is revealed to be a figure like the creator from Final Fantasy Legend. So Chris is God? Is that what you're saying?
Sweet.
All right. The funniest thing about Final Fantasy Legend is that in the original, like, Japanese version, not only was the last boss God, but he was making a reality show.
Wait, really?
Yeah, your whole adventure was being broadcast somewhere.
Oh.
All right.
Show that.
All right, so first up for Manic Scarecrow, he has ranked all of the Dead films, like the Romero zombie films, from worst to best. He is including all of the remakes, so there are 10 of them.
Wow.
So number 10, at dead last, is Day of the Dead Bloodline, which is the... he wrote Bloodlines, but it's Bloodline. That's the second remake of Day of the Dead, which I've never seen.
It's got Bub.
I've not seen the remakes. Either remake of Day of the Dead, to be honest. I've only seen the original one of that, so I don't know. Did they really need to remake it twice? Like, come on.
Maybe they fucked up the first time?
No, well, maybe they did. I don't know. But according to Manic, they fucked up that time as well, right? Because that's the worst one. Number 9 is Diary of the Dead. Man, it's tough at this point because I like Diary of the Dead. I do feel that it's like a little obvious in its message.
Is that the one with John Leguizamo?
No. You're thinking of Land of the Dead.
Oh, okay.
Day of the Dead. Diary of the Dead was the one with like the college kids, and they were like trying to film a movie, and then the zombie outbreak happens, and they just keep filming, so it's like found footage.
Oh shit! I've only seen that movie once. It's hard to remember. It's
a good movie, but at the same time, it is a little on the nose with its commentary, so I can see why you put it low, but it's very low. Number 8 is Day of the Dead Remake. I've not seen it. Have no comment on that.
Don't know.
Number 7 is Survival of the Dead. I probably agree that it's better than Diary, but at the same time, I mean, it's got its problems, but it is a good movie. I did enjoy it. I don't know.
I will take your word for it, sir.
You haven't seen Diary of the Dead?
No, Survival.
Oh, Survival, rather? Yeah, it was the one on the island. You never saw it?
Nope.
Oh, good movie. What about you, Wayne? You're not saying anything
No.
here.
No.
Okay.
He's out.
No. Number 6 is Dawn of the Dead Remake.
That was fun. That was fun.
It's an extremely Zack Snyder film, so that's like, it depends on how much you like Zack Snyder. I personally don't mind him. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's a good, dumb, silly, fun time.
Yeah. They definitely took out any of the social commentary and modernized the shit out of it, and I'm fine with that.
They threw Richard Cheese in there.
Oh my god. Singing Down with the Sickness, that was hilarious.
Yes.
You're gonna die. Number 5 is Land of the Dead. That's the one with John Leguizamo.
Ah, okay.
And
I liked it.
Dennis Hopper was in it. Zombies, man, they freak me out. It's the only time the word zombie was put into one of these movies. He's picking his nose. This was what we saw, like what would happen if George Romero had a big budget. And this is what we got. And it was awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was a good time.
I actually think it should be higher than the next one, which is Night of the Living Dead Remake.
Yeah, not as good as the original.
It's an extremely Tom Savini film. Like, extremely Tom Savini. It's not...
He has his moments, though.
It was 1990.
Oh, God, I haven't seen that.
Yeah. It was good. It was not great, but it was good. Number 3 is Day of the Dead. The original.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's good.
Number 2, the original Night of the Living Dead. Which, of course, is the king of them all at number 1, Dawn of the Dead.
The OG.
I have to agree that Dawn of the Dead is the best one.
Yeah, I mean, I really like Night of the Living Dead, but I like Dawn more.
Dawn's better, yeah. Well, see, the thing is, like, okay, so Night of the Living Dead didn't have, like, social commentary in it. People thought it did. They thought that it was a racial aspect to it, that there was a social aspect to it. And George A. Romero was just like, no, but if you guys like that kind of thing, I'll make it. Yeah, and he made Dawn of the Dead, which was, it was anti-capitalism, it was anti-consumerist, and it was a fun zombie movie. Did you know that George A. Romero was college roommates with Mr. Rogers?
Hello, neighbor.
Huh. Yeah, literally.
And that they were good friends too afterwards. Mr. Rogers went and saw Night of the Living Dead, which is Romero's first big film, you know, and even gave it a review. He said, it's a lot of fun, George.
Man, talk about different tastes,
I
though.
know, right? Can you imagine Mr. Rogers sitting there, like, after the car explodes and the zombies come out, they start, like, eating all the guts and shit off the ground, and he's just like, wow, this is a dandy good time.
They look like they're having fun.
Look, they're sharing.
McFeely's getting eaten.
Oh, out of 10, I can't disagree with too much of this. I would swap Land of the Dead and Night of the Living Dead remake. Other than that, I'll give it an 8.
Yeah, 8.
I have some uncertainty, so I'll say 7.
Okay. And now Manic ranks the Nightmare on Elm Street films.
Aha.
Oh, these will be good.
Yeah, this is a fun idea, right? Okay, so there's 8 of them. So at number 8, the worst one is Part 4, The Dream Master. God, was this one dull.
This was terrible.
It was just boring.
It was. I ranked that one as comedy at that point.
Like, it's not even funny though. Like, first of all, let's take all those characters from 3 that you loved, kill them off right away, introduce these new fuckheads that you don't care about and you don't like and are boring, and then kill them in increasingly dull ways.
It's a bad way to start your film.
Yeah.
Like you already don't like it at the beginning.
It's like Alien 3, right?
Oh yeah.
Like you know those characters that you liked in the first in Aliens? No,
Dead.
Dead. They just died.
I pretend Alien doesn't exist.
Number 7 is Part 2, Freddy's Revenge. Yeah, first of all, this one's really bad. Secondly, it was very clear that the director had a fetish and was rolling with it. Unfortunately for the rest of us, his fetish was teenage boys. So there's a lot of weird shit going on in that movie.
Trying to remember the kills in that one.
Yeah,
Just
there's
Part 2.
nothing very memorable about Part 2 except that he liked to have like group shower scenes, like he's fucking Victor Salva or something.
I mean, I don't know.
There's a bad feeling about Part 2. I'm just saying.
Bad touch. Get out.
Yeah. Number 5. Number 6 is Part 5, The Dream Child. I think it's a little better than that. It's decent.
I didn't like it.
It was good. It had better kills and like Power Glove and all that shit. You know.
Yeah.
It was fine.
You're playing with power, bitch.
Yeah.
Number 5 is the remake, which putting it smack dab in the middle makes a lot of sense to me.
I tried watching this movie twice.
Yeah.
Both times I got too drunk to remember the movie, so I've never seen it.
Well, that's on you.
I know. I've just never seen it. Technically.
You got to
full FF7.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's a hated movie by a lot of people. They talk about like one of the worst remakes ever. I watched it. I liked it. I thought Jackie Earle Haley was great as Freddy. I thought that the twists they did with the story were good. It had good kills in it. Is it as good as like Part 1 and Part 7 and Part 3? No. But putting it in the middle like that makes a lot of sense to me.
And then they made Freddy darker, like way.
Oh yeah.
darker.
Well, they did what Wes Craven wanted to do. Because he was always supposed to be like that. And they asked him.
But the studio was like, nah, scale it back.
No, they didn't want him to be a child molester. That was the biggest thing.
No.
It was the 80s.
Yep. And then they
That
basically
stuff totally didn't exist.
and then of course the second movie just had that child molester feel to it, so
Yeah.
all right, number 4 is Part 6, Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare. I honestly think this one's kind of worse than that. Like it's predicated too much on the 3D gimmick. All of the special effects.
With the inserted shots.
If you're not watching this in a movie theater with the red and blue glasses, and just like got that perfect like that perfect blood sugar level where you just don't care anymore.
Your eyes glaze over.
Yeah, exactly.
Enjoy.
If you're not in that exact situation, you're trying to watch it at home, it's not very good. Number 3 is Part 7, Wes Craven's New Nightmare. First of all, what a cool way to reinvent the whole thing, and secondly,
Genius idea.
it was really cool. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I like the fact that it made it very self-aware.
Because Wes Craven, he directed the first movie. He didn't have much to do with 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, and 6 was supposed to be the finale, and he hated it. And he says, like, all right, I guess I have to come back and make a movie so that it'll have a proper ending, right?
He kind of did the same thing with Scream, like the whole self-aware. It was pretty good.
Number 2 is part 3, The Dream Warriors. This one was awesome.
Yeah,
The theme song, dude.
Oh yes,
oh my god,
so cool. And of course, the first one is number 1. It was the best one. It was the scariest one. This was before Freddy was funny. He was just a scary motherfucker.
And he's like, Johnny Depp, I'm going to kill you. And Johnny Depp's all like, oh, bugger.
I don't remember that part, but I remember Johnny Depp dying. I just don't remember that conversation. It must have been the director's cut or something. Out of
blood.
Out of 8, I'm gonna say 6. Out of 8, I agree with a lot of it, but there's I can't agree with 6 being so high.
5 out of 8 here.
I think I'm also gonna go 6 out of 8. Just very minor tweaks, and you're good.
Okay, and because it makes sense. The Friday the 13th movie's ranked by
it's been a minute since I've seen these.
Yeah. Now, keeping in mind that he has decided not to rank Freddy vs. Jason, as he didn't know whether he should put it in the Jason list, the Freddy list, or both, so it's just not on either of these lists.
Oh.
All right, so there's 11 of these movies. So we start with number 11, and I couldn't agree more that this is the absolute worst one, is Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan.
There's like 5 minutes of Manhattan.
Yeah. And it's clearly Toronto. Like, who are you fucking kidding? That was
just
Toronto.
Strategically shot, right?
Like, it was Jason takes a boat to Manhattan and then dies. Lame.
Oh, Jason Voorhees, you're invading Toronto there, eh?
That's what we sound like.
Number 10 is part 3, 3D, whatever you want to call it. Once again, it's mostly predicated on the 3D effect. The cool thing, he did get his hockey mask in that one. That's about it.
And wait, there were some inserted 3D shots in that one too, right? Like throwing the axe at the screen or whatever.
Oh, of course, yeah. Which, yeah, doesn't look as cool as you think it does. Number 9 is Jason 10. Oh man, you do not understand the masterpiece of Jason 10. If you go into this as this is a comedy remake of Alien Resurrection, that's how you need to watch this movie. It's the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Jason X, more like Jason Exquisite.
It's so fucking it sucks so bad that the dial goes straight around to good.
I mean, all you need is Tommy Wiseau in that movie. It's like,
oh my god, yeah, it's a disaster piece. It's such a, I mean, like you got like the guy's face being frozen off, and then they distract Jason with the holodeck thing, and with the fucking sleeping bag thing that made it into Mortal Kombat. The sleeping bag thing.
Really? And like throwing it against.
That's one of his fucking fatalities.
I haven't seen it.
They don't put you in a sleeping bag, but he does the exact motions, and your body just explodes. It's amazing.
Nice.
That's in Mortal Kombat X. Mortal Kombat X, Jason 10, the X, right? Yeah, saying. What about the fucking robot girl that fights him? What was that all about? And she's got. I
forgot about that.
What about when she has nipples for no reason? Like, the actress is standing there, she's got her tits out, and she's like, so, what do you think? And he's just like, I don't understand why you think you need nipples. And she's just like, because, I want to be like a real girl. And then they just fall off. It's just like, bloop, and you hear the noise of them hitting the ground.
It's like they had an idea for a comedic space movie.
Yeah.
Like, well, we got the license for Friday the 13th.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, sort of. We have the Jason license.
Number 8 is the remake of Friday. I've never seen the remake, to be honest with you.
Neither have I.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Number 7 is Part 4, the final chapter. Part 4, the final chapter, my ass.
I just picture the NES intro screen.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this one wasn't bad. I mean, any more than any of them are, because these are all terrible movies, but like they're fun, terrible movies, you know.
Yeah, I mean they're enjoyable.
Yeah,
on, like base
like
level.
yeah, none of them are like good cinema. Like honestly, the best movie that Jason was in was Freddy vs. Jason. Number 6 is part 9. Jason Goes to Hell: The Final Friday.
Couldn't call it Friday the 13th though.
I think that this is the scariest one, but it has a lack of Jason. You know what I mean? Because he's doing the whole hopping from body to body thing. It's a cool idea, but like I don't think that's what people were there for.
Didn't they write that movie just so they could get to Freddy versus Jason?
Yes. And then
Pretty much.
they as a matter of fact, part 7 was supposed to be Freddy versus Jason, and then part 10 was going to be Freddy versus Jason, and then it became its own thing.
Yeah.
Number 5 is part 7, The New Blood. I have to disagree with you. This is the best one.
Wow.
Like, this one was awesome. This is the one that was going to be Freddy versus Jason. They couldn't get the rights to Freddy, so they basically made it Jason versus Carrie. Right, and it's a good movie. I mean, like this is the one that Ebert might have given 2 stars to. You know what I mean?
It's better than 1.
It's better than all of these, to be honest with you. New Blood was awesome. Number 4 is part 5, New Beginning. That's where there's that guy dressed as Jason killing people, and
Is that Paul Rudd?
no, Paul Rudd was in Halloween 6.
Oh, I'm thinking of the wrong franchise.
Yeah, Halloween 6 was Paul Rudd. No, this was the one where it was no Jason. He was dead because he got killed in part 4. So they, which is why when they brought him back, he's like a zombie. So it was like just some dude in a fucking hockey mask killing people. Not that exciting. Number 3 is Friday the 13th Part 2. Jason wears a pillowcase.
Sackhead.
You know,
Sackboy. He's Sackboy.
Sackboy. Yeah, there's a girl with a really great butt in it, and that's about all I remember.
That's all you need.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I remember. Let's see. So number 2 is part 6, Jason Lives. I love this. So the kid that killed him in part 4 thinks, what if he comes back? I better go and like dig him up and cremate him, right? You know, and then he's like, let's do this during a thunderstorm. And the first thing I'll do is jam a metal lightning rod through his body so that lightning can strike him and he'll totally come to life. That makes a lot of sense. Because he's apparently...
Just roll with it.
Yeah, apparently he's Frankenstein's monster, and that can work. But, I mean, like just drag him into Infernus. Don't be sticking metal rods through his body, right?
Moogle, what could possibly go wrong?
Yeah. All right, and number 1, the original Friday the 13th. I mean, I don't know. Kevin Bacon gets stabbed in the neck, and there's some titties, and then the bad guy is like some soap opera chick. So,
surprise!
Yeah.
Kind of today's standards, though. But
it's
not that bad.
I don't know, man. I don't think it deserves to be number 1. It's like, especially the whole like every time you see like the killer, you're not supposed to know who the killer is, so it's all from first person. And you're like,
Sleepaway Camp had a better twist.
oh no, it didn't. Oh no, it didn't. That was fucked up. They should not have done that. Out of 11, I'm gonna give this a 6. Yeah, 6.
I'm giving it a 5.
Yeah, 5 out of 10.
All right. Now, Alice has given me their top 8 horror films at this time.
At this current juncture.
Yeah, this is the current time for these to be Alice's top 8 horror films.
At the tone.
So, out of all of horror cinema, to pick 8 movies, that's a rough one, right?
Well, unless they stick right out in your craw.
Well, I mean, yeah, but there's a lot of really good ones, so it's tough to pick 8. But here we go. Number 8 being Ju-on the Curse from 1980. I've actually not seen Ju-on, so I can't comment on that.
I haven't seen it, but I've seen the Wii game on display at a GameStop years ago.
I've seen the American remake of it, which was terrible.
It's probably what the game was based on.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean the original was bad, obviously.
Yeah.
Number 7 is Gothic from 1986, another one that I have not seen.
Hmm.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one either.
Yeah.
Put it on the list.
Number 6 is, this is a fun one. I wouldn't put it in my top 10, but it's a fun one, is Event Horizon from 1997.
Oh.
That's a
Yeah.
Did you know this is going to be a series on Amazon, I think.
Yep.
Oh, go fig.
Yeah. Cuz they fucked up the ending and they lost the footage of the original ending, so now they're going to do a series, I guess, to fix it. But what a cool movie, though.
Gonna unfuck it.
Yeah.
Sam Neill going, anybody else want to talk about Jurassic Park?
Number 5, Nosferatu from 1922.
You know they used real vampires in it.
Yeah, well, there was a movie about the making of Nosferatu where the idea was that, that dude was really a vampire.
Yeah.
It was called Shadow of the Vampire. And it was really good, by the way, but no, Nosferatu is really fucking cool. It's not my favorite Dracula movie. You could probably guess which one is my favorite Dracula movie. Alice knows because they just went to see it in theaters the other day. But, Nosferatu is fucking awesome.
By the way, Shadow of the Vampire is my favorite N64 Star Wars game.
What?
What?
Like Shadows of the Empire. Never mind. Let's move on.
Let us move on. I agree.
Lettuce.
Let us move on. The lettuce that outlasted Liz Truss. Number 4. I haven't seen this film, but Candyman. No, not Candyman. That's the next one. Sorry. Midsummer from 2019. I know Barrel talks about this.
Midsommar.
And no, Manic, my favorite Dracula movie is the 90s one, the one with Gary Oldman in it.
Dead and loving it.
Yeah, the one with Leslie Nielsen. Number 3 is Candyman, but it's the 2021 one, which is not a remake, by the way.
No?
No, it's a sequel to the original that ignores the
Well,
other
hot
ones.
dog.
Yeah. It's also really good.
I haven't seen it.
Like, if you liked the original Candyman and then kind of hated what they did with it after that, you should see this new movie.
I thought the original was okay.
Yeah. Number 2, The Bride of Frankenstein from 1935. Oh, it's really, really good. Part of me wants to say that Son of Frankenstein is slightly better, but that's splitting hairs.
Haven't seen it.
You've never seen The Bride of Frankenstein? Really?
Oh my god, I haven't seen it.
No, seriously. Come on, the movie's like an hour long. You could probably watch it on YouTube.
Probably.
Such a good movie. So many of the Frankenstein tropes came from, like Fire Bad and all that shit.
Fire bad.
Yeah, that came from that movie. And number 1 is another one of my favorites, Alien from 1979.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that one.
Alien's so cool. Yeah, every time I watch it with friends, June does the same thing. Like that very first, when you first see the alien in good light and the shaft that comes out of the darkness, and we both go, "Sup." Sup. Yeah, good list. A few I haven't seen, but I take your word for it. It's not what I would pick, obviously, but this is like to try to pick 8 films out of hundreds it's difficult. And the title being 8 horror films at this time is because you change your mind about things. You see something and then you're like, oh, it's better than I thought or worse than I thought. I'll give you an 8. I'll give you an 8 out of 8. Great bait, mate. I rated 8 out of 8.
7.
I didn't hear what Wayne said.
8.
8. And Jesse has to be contrarian.
No, I'm just being honest.
You're being contrarian. What was
I never even looked at another guy.
Wait, what? Oh God, that reference. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 1990. Yep. What was what is okay? So 7. No, what is like the one thing that would have made it an 8? Like, what is the?
I guess if I'd known one more movie.
Oh, okay.
I got shit for not seeing Bride of Frankenstein.
That's not my problem.
Not my pig, not my farm.
Now, I don't even understand what this list is that Alice sent from Mental Floss. 18 spooky Halloween phrases from around the United States? Are there different phrases related to Halloween that are regional?
Okay, this will be interesting.
Oh, I
Maybe
see
like
what
when-
this is now. Okay, I see what it is. So
All right.
you know, like there's like the day before Halloween. People call that different things throughout
Devil's
the U.S.
Night
Yeah, yeah,
or
okay,
All Saints Day.
yeah.
That's
No,
November.
that's the day after Halloween.
Yeah.
So I don't know how many there are, but number one is Holly Eve.
Huh?
I mean, Holly Eve.
That sounds more
I-
Christmassy.
That's lame. Who's
Like Holly Jolly.
Apparently,
Christmas Eve.
that's said in Arkansas and Missouri and West Virginia and Pennsylvania. I'm in Pennsylvania. I've never heard of Holly Eve. All right, number two is Poke of Moonshine. Oh, that's another name for a jack-o'-lantern, actually. Poke of
Poke
Moonshine.
of moonshine. There better be moonshine in it.
Yeah, is there moonshine in the pumpkin?
Cool, I guess.
Yeah.
I will never drink moonshine ever again.
That shit'll fuck you up.
Oh God, no! Oh man,
Okay.
I had a glass of it, and I'm like, oh, let's try another one. Yeah.
Yeah. So-
oh fuck.
And number three, apparently, okay, so this is an alternate phrase for a Halloween mask. That apparently in Cleveland, they used to call them false faces.
Oh, that's kind of weird.
Um,
Wait, false face? That's a character in something.
is it?
I'm trying. I can't. I can't
I'm gonna
remember
Google
in
that.
What.
False face.
False face. It sounds like it's from something.
Like a fighting game or some shit. There's a really obscure Batman character called False Face.
Oh, that's probably it, I guess.
He was on the 60s show. Okay. Number 4 and number 5 is Help the Poor and Soap or Eats. I guess alternates to saying trick or treat.
Help the poor. Is that like when you got the UNICEF thing?
Maybe. Or maybe just like, look, I don't have enough candy.
Yeah.
Soap or Eats. I guess he's like, give me eats or I'll soap your fucking windows.
Or give me soap, or give me food to eat.
No, I think they're threatening, like, because like trick or treat is a threat. It even says it. Yeah, they're threatening to soap windows. Like, we're gonna fuck up your windows if you don't give us.
Hey, wash my
Snickers."
windows. Cool.
No. They don't use water. They just
No.
smear it on there.
Oh no.
It fucks it up. Number 6, Penny Night in Southwest Ohio.
Oh.
They call it Penny Night.
That's a dick move, giving pennies to trick or treaters.
Yeah,
man.
don't give pennies. Number
They smell.
Number 7, in parts of North and North Midland, especially Ohio and Iowa, call
What the fuck?
Halloween
Ohio.
Beggar's Night.
Can't be choosers.
I guess you are begging for candy. No, you're not. You're threatening people is what you're doing. Number 8, okay, we've heard this all in The Crow. Devil's Night, the night before
Yep.
Halloween, when you gotta fuck shit up. And that is Detroit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in New Jersey, at number 9, they call it Mischief Night.
I see it.
Same fucking thing, really. Number 10 and 11 is Goosey Night and Picket Night.
See.
That's
So-
terrible.
Picket Night, they believe, comes from the custom of producing noise by running a stick along a picket fence. Nobody has any idea what Goosey Night means, but if they had to guess, they think it means to poke or startle someone. Or how about give me candy or I'll unleash a goose in your house? It's a horrible night. Wait, it's a lovely Halloween, and you are a horrible goose.
Yes.
Number 12, apparently in some northern parts of the United States, they call the day before Halloween Cabbage Night.
Care to explain?
Apparently, it has to do with some sort of like Scottish tradition, but it devolved into just throwing cabbages at people's doors.
Oh, you make cabbage soup, or you stuff cabbages.
Or you just toss them at somebody's fucking door because you don't like them.
Well, that sucks. That's a waste of cabbage.
It is, yeah. Number 13, apparently in the 50s in Vermont, they called it Clothesline Night because
Oh, no.
that was they would TP your clotheslines.
Oh, I thought you could go around clotheslining people. Wow.
Oh yeah, just using that wrestling move on everybody. Number 14 and number 15, going back again to Ohio, who can't be normal about anything.
Fuck this place.
Corn night and doorbell night.
Well, doorbell.
I
Is
can
what?
understand. I can understand the doorbell thing. You're ringing
Yeah,
people.
same.
I do not understand. Oh, okay. They used to throw corn at people's doors. All right. What is it about
Piece of
throwing
corn.
throwing vegetables at people's houses?
At least it's not cornhole night.
Well, they have that up in Maine, I think.
Oh boy.
Oh my.
Yeah. It's the only sport that the drunker you are, the more fun you have. All
I
right.
find it a weird name for a game.
It's a little sus, yeah. Number 16, apparently, I've never heard this. I'm from New York, but I've never heard this, is light night. Because apparently at some point, kids thought it would be great to fling rocks at bare streetlights, so they called it light night. I
Idiots.
think that might have been just one guy that called it that. Right?
Oh, light night. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you know.
Like those
No,
kids
just
did
you,
that.
man.
Yeah. Number 17, this in Baltimore, they called it moving night, which moving night basically is you would move things out of somebody else's area and into your own. Anything that's not bolted down. They should have called it looting night.
I thought it would be people moving out of Baltimore.
They move out of Baltimore because of this. Like somebody
Yes.
stole all our shit, so we moved away. And number 18, this is for Iowa, Maryland, New Jersey, Kentucky, Pennsylvania, and yes, Ohio.
God.
Was
Jeez.
Tic Tac night.
I mean, they're fine, I guess.
No, it's not referring to the candy. Listen to this. Tic Tac, with K's, are various homemade noisemakers used to make rapping or other annoying sounds against a window or door as a prank. That's a prank? Just making noise?
Yeah,
That's-
just a prank, bro.
That's like
Just
that
an-
Beavis and Butthead Halloween episode where they would just jump out of the bushes and scream at people. Ah! And then so they did it to some cop and he just yelled at them. This has been a drain on my brain.
Yeah.
A drain on Ohio.
I thought this
holy
might
heck.
be kind of cool, but no. Out of 18, I give that a 3 sounds about right.
Yeah, I'll give it a 3.
I give it
I'll
like
also give it a 3 out of 18. 3, half of the beast.
half of the beast. What is
It is
wrong?
anime.
Damn, Moogle gives it a 2, and Alice is giving it a brazen out of 18. It's a brain raisin. A raisin in your brain.
Here's a crayon in my brain.
Okay, I got one more list that we're going to do before we end it. And we're going... We started with pleated jeans. We're going to end it with pleated jeans.
Sweet.
20 foods that people only pretend to like, according to this viral thread.
Oh,
So-
quinoa, I bet is going to be on here.
So, what was it?
Quinoa.
Quinoa? I like quinoa.
That's-
I
I figure.
don't eat it very often because I like it, but it does not like me.
It's just too bad.
Because last time I had quinoa, I had the loudest, smelliest farts that lasted for like 5 days.
Oh, napalm ass.
It was terrible. It wasn't even like napalm ass, but it was like just like a Gatling gun. Just
Oh,
and it's
those
those loud dry farts that smell real bad.
Caviar, what might be on this list, that's a good answer.
What is
Caviar.
caviar? I don't know. I've had caviar. It's all right.
I have not.
Yeah. So basically, this is a thread on. This is a series of highlights of a thread on. No, not quite Gibbs level farts, but still, like one bowl of quinoa and then 5 days of farting it's not worth it. So somebody asked, like, what foods do you swear that people only pretend to like? Okay. So number 1, this person said, the meals I prepare for them. Damn.
Yikes.
dude.
Damn, bro.
Man.
Damn.
First cut is the deepest.
Shit. Number 2, fondant on like wedding cakes. Fondant is gross. I agree. Like it's just cloying sweet nothing.
Sweet nothing is a good way of putting it for me.
Yeah. I understand it's used for decoration, but nobody actually wants to eat that shit. Just give me like a good icing, like not fondant, but icing to cake
Cream
ratio.
cheese icing.
Yeah, number 3, circus peanuts. There's no way people are actually out there enjoying those things, but enough people pretend to keep them in business.
I like them well enough, but I'm not going to buy them myself.
I feel like circus peanuts are in business still not because people like them, but because they have such a reputation as bad candy that people want to find out. Like, okay, how bad is it really?
And just perpetually keeps it going.
Yeah.
We'll just rename them D's Nuts.
These
Ah!
nuts. Got
These
him. Number 4, stevia. There's absolutely no way someone enjoys that aftertaste. It's a weird cult that I'm not willing to join, and such a dominant flavor.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Okay, so a few of these come with pictures, and I'm not quite sure why the stevia one comes with a picture of Ass Man's funeral chapel.
Excuse me?
Not quite understanding what the little mixed wires there on the images, I think.
Must have been a proctologist.
No, he's a funeral director.
Both.
Yeah, number 5, gold leaf. Need I say more? So, I mean, like, gold leaf is just like, this is the flavor of capitalism.
What's gold leaf?
It's gold.
Oh, just
In
pure.
a leaf.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And by the way, you're really not supposed to eat gold. It will fuck you
No.
up.
It's very conducive metal.
I mean, not only that, but it's a great way to get heavy metal poisoning. Hello.
Yeah, heavy metals, man.
Number 6, extremely hoppy IPAs, if drinks can be included in the discussion. I enjoy bitterness in my beer, and I know there are some good IPAs out there, but it's gotten to the point that breweries seem to be competing with one another to see who can make the bitterest, most unappealing beers imaginable. They taste like earwax.
Oh, they want to make them nasty?
No,
I can kind of agree with that.
I like a good IPA that has like a nice bold hops flavor, but sometimes they get these double IPAs and shit where it just tastes like tree sap.
That's why I go with wine or mead
Yeah.
these days.
I mean,
Taste.
you know, like earwax, I don't know. It's more like tree sap. Just unprocessed tree sap.
Yeah, I could go with that.
I've tried unprocessed tree sap. And it could be better.
Yeah, is it as good as an IPA? Double IPA, whatever.
I don't know. I don't like beer. Full stop.
Okay. Number 7. Once upon a time, I swore that salted licorice was the vilest thing to ever have graced our fair planet. However, about a year ago, my wife made me try some, and much to my surprise, I liked it.
I recently tried salted black licorice.
Yeah.
And it is fantastic.
It honestly is amazing. And it's
Okay.
interesting how this person thought it was something that people only pretend to like and then found out, wow, it's actually really good.
And it's not good for you, but
No.
it's quite good.
Well, too much licorice in general is not good for you.
Yeah, but man, they salt the hell out of
Well,
this
yes,
stuff.
it's salty, but I mean, licorice is actually bad for your liver. But
Yes.
if you eat too much of it, in moderation, it's fine. But yeah. Number 8. Anyone remember in high school being forced to attend a fake drunk driving scene? Wait, hold on. This is from a different list. Oh, that's the image. They keep putting these images in there that are like from other lists. I don't know. Please, all right. Let me scroll down. Let's see. Hakari. Hakarl? I don't know what this is. I can't imagine someone coming in from a long day of work and tucking into a plate of fishy-smelling, ammonia-flavored, chewy shark chunks that make you smell like a bait camp for the rest of the evening.
Carl?
Hot Carl, that's what it
Yeah.
says, yeah. It seems like survival food. You will stay alive if you eat it, but it's not appealing to me. If you're Icelandic, please help me understand why this is a thing. All right, what is this shit? I gotta look it up.
Is it like surstrumming?
Hakarl is fermented shark.
Ooh, I was close.
Yeah, you're pretty close. That's nasty. All right, number 9. Chitterlings. My mom-in-law made some at my house, and it smelled like a grown man shit all over my home and walls.
It has a fun name.
Okay, so chitlins is is fried intestines from pork, right? And the reason that your mom-in-law made it and it smelled like a grown man shit all over your home is because when you buy the chitterlings at the butcher shop, they do have shit in them because you're eating intestines. You have to clean them out.
Yeah.
If you don't clean them out, yes, it's going to smell and taste like shit because
And
it
you're eating
contains
shit.
because you're eating shit. Yeah, it's like what we used to say as kids: eat shit and live.
Eat shit and live, man.
All right.
Wanna
No.
Good wanna die.
Oh, you called this one, Jesse. Number 10. Caviar, it's so salty. Fun fact, you're supposed to eat it with a spoon made of bone because using metal causes a chemical reaction, thereby altering the flavor.
That was compliments of Moogle. He actually guessed caviar.
Oh, okay. Well, you're not supposed to just straight up just eat a spoonful of caviar, actually. You're supposed to have it like on a cracker with some vegetables and like cheese or something. You have to balance out all that saltiness to make it good.
I'll put it on a salty cracker, yeah.
Well, no, you don't put it on a salty cracker. Number 11, vodka. It tastes like the walls of a hospital.
Oh, that's good.
Oh my god. So vodka. Okay, so that's what cheap vodka tastes like. Maybe you need to
Vodka
level
is
up a
my
little
favorite
bit.
alcohol, though.
Yeah, cheap vodka does taste like disinfecting fluid or something, but no, you got to get like something a little more pricey than that, and you get that nice sweet aftertaste. It's good.
Yep.
Like licking a disinfecting swab.
Can't say I've done that. All right, number 12, kale. You fucking liars. I agree. I think most people pretend to like kale. Kale is actually it either tastes bad or it doesn't taste of anything at all.
Is it like spinach?
It is like spinach. Do you know that before the kale superfood sort of fad happened, what was the biggest buyer of kale in the world? Was Pizza Hut.
Oh.
You know why? Because when you go to the Pizza Hut and they have that salad/pizza bar, that green leafy shit that's there for decoration is kale.
Oh.
And they were buying up like all the kale because nobody wanted to eat it. It doesn't taste like anything. It's like you taste this and you're like, I wish this was spinach because spinach has flavor.
It tricks the brain.
Yeah. And then people were like, well, kale is healthy, so let's put it in everything. You know what else is healthy? Spinach.
Yep.
Number 13, grapefruit. People will be like, I love grapefruit, and then proceed to dump enough sugar on it to lose a foot.
Oh,
That's
grapefruit
real, though.
is
Yeah,
nasty.
no, you do have to
That-
dump a shit ton of sugar on it to make it decent. It is good with that much sugar on it, though.
But the chance of diabetes is just like
Well, you shouldn't be doing that every single day.
no.
Yeah.
Just eat an orange.
Also, I agree with Alice. Collard greens are healthier than spinach or kale, and they taste good.
Just give me some grilled asparagus.
That's good too. All right, number 14, extremely spicy foods. I get liking a little bit of spice, but I don't see how it's enjoyable when your mouth is literally on fire. Amazing use of literally, and I mean that not literally.
Figuratively.
Yeah, you don't just... If you're not the kind of person that likes that kind of thing and you just go into it, yeah, it's going to feel like your mouth's on fire. You build up to that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like you start with mild, right? Then you go to medium. Then you go to hot. And if you're still like, I can push it further, that's when you start getting into that extreme spice chasing category, You got to, yeah, you got to...
Satan's creamy butthole.
It's like Satan's creamy butthole. It's like Alice just said, you got to train.
The rectal
Yep.
rocket fuel.
Number 15, overnight oats. It's what I imagine prison food to be like, sloppy and cold. I
What is
agree.
that?
It's oatmeal that you, instead of boiling it, you like leave it in a jar of like just water and put it in your fridge and leave it overnight.
Ew.
So it's wet and sloppy and cold.
Why?
And this was a big trend about, I want to say maybe 8 or so years ago. And I'm just like, but that's gross. I like oatmeal and I think that's gross.
Yeah.
It's like, just give me the oatmeal to make oatmeal cookies.
Yeah, there you go.
Go away.
Number 16, oysters. Revolting.
I just don't like the
Okay,
idea.
so then there's a lengthy reply to this. I used to think this until I worked in a high-quality oyster bar. That's when I learned that the kind of oysters and where it's from really changes the taste of each one. After 30 years of not eating them, now I love oysters. If someone really loves oysters, they would have them with just lemon and mignonette sauce, which is just light vinegar-based sauce because it brings out the flavor of the oyster. If you like oysters with cocktail sauce, horseradish, or hot sauce, it's likely because you like all of those things, because that's all you taste. That being said, it also really depends on where you get your oysters from. You should only eat cold water oysters raw, meaning from New England, Canada, or the northwest coast of the U.S. Warm water oysters are dirtier and have more bacteria, which can be deadly. Somebody just died last week here in South Florida from one bad Gulf Coast oyster. This was at a very classic restaurant here, too. First case in over 60 years of being open. It's just a luck of the draw, but odds increase greatly in warm water. Thank you. This has been my TED Talk on oysters and oyster safety.
My skilled hands are busy.
My skilled hands are busy. Yeah, I'll just stick to clams.
I just don't like seafood. I've tried them all,
Yeah.
and I just can't do it.
I love seafood, but
Go for it.
nothing is less appealing to me in the world of seafood than slurping down a cold mouthful of snot.
Oh, good.
I'm sorry. It's not good.
Yeah.
I've tried
Not
it.
good.
I've tried it. Not fun.
It's not good.
You better cook those motherfuckers. You expect me to eat them. I'll take them fried. All right, number 17, just one word, kombucha. Kombucha.
Is that a drink?
Kombucha from my bunghole. Kombucha. It's tea.
Oh,
And
it's just bad?
It's just you better like sugar.
I love
Yep.
sugar.
Yeah, well, you have to add a lot of sugar to make this taste like something that you won't throw up 2 seconds later.
Hell to the no-no.
Hell no. All right, number 18. Any of those keto substitute foods. Use your imagination as much as you'd like, but lettuce wraps will never be as good as real sandwiches with bread. I mean, yeah, I'm sorry, but like,
Got you there.
if you want to cut down on the bread, maybe wrap your sandwich in a tortilla or something. It's less bread, but lettuce wraps, yeah. Sorry.
Let us avoid that.
Yeah. Alice says that kombucha tastes like beer and ass.
Two things I don't want to taste.
All right, number 19, chicken liver. My family makes it for every big holiday dinner. I'm convinced that no one actually likes it, but they make it out of tradition, and the older people force it down.
Oh, no.
Wayne is immediately out.
I like chicken liver, I'll be real.
I do not. It's nasty.
No, I like it. I don't mind it. But like chicken liver pate with crackers, man.
Well, this list says you're lying.
No, I'm not lying. I do really like it.
That's good.
If I don't like something, I'll tell you. Like,
Oh, yeah.
oysters, I did compare it to snot.
Oh, I hope fruitcake isn't on this list. I like fruitcake.
Well, fruitcake is not on this list because that was the end of the list.
Ah,
But I don't think people even bother pretending to like fruitcake.
it's just kind of its own little meme of, I got a fruitcake.
I actually know one person who likes fruitcake, and that's my 90-year-old grandma.
I like it because I like the taste. It's good.
I'm sorry. I like my cake to be moist and delicious and not full of enough dried fruit to choke a whale.
Cool.
Not my kind of thing.
Give me the dried fruit whale.
I had a dream. I have to end soon. I have to end now, but I had this dream not too long ago where I was in New York City and I was walking blocks and blocks and blocks of like residential areas and stuff, right? And I was trying to get to this mythical location that in my head I knew if I get there was this place that sold amazing egg sandwiches, right? And I'm walking and it's like weird, like all these biomes are changing. Like at one point there were like giant, like Super Mario looking mushrooms growing right out of the sidewalk. And I'm like walking through this shit and this guy's yelling at us, "Oh, my fucking mushrooms!" And I'm like, "Why are they growing out of the sidewalk, asshole?" And I'm going and I'm getting tired. I'm walking. And I finally get to this place, this big fucking like food truck, the Shangri-La of egg sandwiches, and all they have is strawberry cake.
Well, shit.
Yeah.
No.
I look at their fucking menu, and there's just 12 pictures of strawberry cake.
Fooled you.
Now I like strawberry cake as much as anyone else, but that was I'm thinking egg sandwich, you know. And then I woke up because I had to go to the bathroom.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Burp. Yeah, so weird dream. Not exactly what I would call a nightmare, but just strange, right?
Man, you must have had some like Robitussin beforehand or something.
No, not at all. It was just it's lack of sleep is what does it, you know.
Oh yeah.
But then you know what I did after I woke up? I made an egg sandwich.
You damn right you did.
You damn right, and it was good. It was good. Of course, it's always better when somebody else makes it for you because then you don't have to make it, you know.
I just like make myself a good breakfast burrito with some scrambled eggs and some chorizo.
Oh, I have scrambled. I have scrambled eggs. I have tater tots I'm gonna mash up and put in a breakfast burrito tomorrow with some jalapeno peppers and some cheddar.
Bruh.
Yeah,
Bruh.
yeah, that's top tier right there.
Ooh,
But
yeah.
by the way, it is true. By the way, that if you go to like anywhere in New York, but especially like Brooklyn and the Bronx, like Sheepshead Bay, places like that, they really do have these like stands and food trucks that sell amazing egg sandwiches.
And strawberry cake.
I don't think that's true to life, but I mean, there might be food trucks that specialize in strawberry cake. You know,
Hey, you
but
don't know.
I don't know, but I wouldn't walk 20 blocks for strawberry cake.
No.
Or maybe 2. But
Maybe.
not like 20. I wouldn't walk through the mushroom forest to get.
It has to
strawberry
have good
cake.
Yelp reviews.
I wouldn't go through the fucking mushroom forest and risk Super Mario bouncing on my head. You know.
Super Chris Pratt.
Oh my god. How bad was that part of the trailer when Mario started talking?
I'll get used to it.
I don't know, man. I think I might be in it just for Jack Black at this point.
He was good.
Because I like that he was the one that I expected to be really bad because I thought Bowser was gonna come out like, oh yeah, you know, yeah, you know, I thought he was gonna be like super Jack Black, you know, and then I was like, well, no, he sounds like what I would imagine Bowser would talk like, you know.
Yeah.
But then Mario started talking, and I'm like, could you try to do a fake Italian accent, please? Dorkly did a video of Mario meets movie Mario, and he was like, if Italians are not angry every time you speak, you're doing it wrong. Rob Schneider is Toad. Derp derp. Actually, it's Keegan Michael Key is Toad, so I'm down for that too.
Yeah.
Man.
Charlie Day's Luigi. We haven't heard him talk, but you know. But you know, I was impressed with Jack Black, and I was depressed with Crisp Rat. Crispy Rat. All right, guys. Thank you for coming by. The List Critics was a lot of fun. We're going to go over the schedule,
This was a blast.
and then we're going to do it right in. Thank you for being on the show, Wayne. It was fun to have you. Not sure
Yeah.
who we're going to invite next time. Actually, the person that I'm thinking is Eighth.
Ah.
I would love to have Eighth on the show. Or June. I know
Cool.
June's not
June would
always
be
June would be fantastic, but is not always down to be on microphone.
That might make it a little tough.
Well, she has this voice altering thing that has made her a little more confident. But, you know, hopefully. And we'll see how it goes. I would love to have June or 8th on the show at some point. But let's go over the schedule, guys. This is what's going to happen for the next week or so. Tomorrow night, I will be streaming Eternal Felina for the Super Famicom. That's right. There's an RPG about lesbians right on the Super Nintendo, and we're playing it. Friday afternoon, we have more of Dragon Quest IV Chapters of the Chosen for the DS, and of course, we're going to be starting Chapter 5, The Chosen, which is the majority of the game, actually. There's only one more chapter after that, and it's the post-game. That's Friday afternoon. Saturday night, we'll be returning with more of Suikoden 5 for PlayStation 2. Sunday night, more Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana for Steam. Manic Sparkle was on List Critics. It was not fun. Monday afternoon, more Super Street Fighter 2, the new challengers for arcade. Tuesday night, more of this game that I'm absolutely loving, Rogue Legacy for Steam. And then Wednesday afternoon, a week from today, we'll be back with more Pokemon Diamond version for the DS. A lot of DS games in here. Let's head over here and see who we have. Oh, you mean again? No, I'm not going anywhere near Sparkle again. We're done with that shit. Let's see who we have online that we could raid. Guys, don't go anywhere. Please stick around for this raid. Thank you for putting emote only on, Alice. Oh, Captain Retro's on. Oh.
Bro.
Captain Retro has the most amazing... He's got his own theme song. He used to have a theme song that was like... He had this like rapper who was like British. And you know how British rap is all like, you know... Your mum suck me willy, it's quite delightful. Come to Gloucestershire, you'll catch the rifle. It's exactly like that. And it's really this catchy earworm where the guy was going, God damn, get some bacon in the pan, you know? But recently he's got a new song, and it goes on for like forever. I don't know if he'll play it, but... Let's raid Captain Retro. He's always a lot of fun. He actually reminds me a bit of you, Jesse.
Me? What, is he wacky?
He's a little wacky, yeah, but you two don't look all that dissimilar. He's got the Mario cap. He's kind of a goofy guy. He plays a lot of retro games, although right now he is playing VII, which is not a retro game. But we're right over there. Let's see. No, I'm not going to deploy the Mind Goblin because we want EB to get him. We're going to just do goddamn put some bacon in the pan.
Goddamn, put some bacon in the pan, boy.
Because I am a fan of Captain Retro. He's a very cool guy. All right, guys, there is your raid call. I want you all to copy it, paste it, as we head into Captain Retro stream. That includes you too. Don't forget to do it. I'll see you guys over on Captain Retro stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow night is for Eternal Felina, lesbian game. That's right. I'll see you on Discord and just, around in general. And away we go.
Away we go, baby.